Now I will hit record, come on camera, and begin. As I discover that I need to adjust my webcam because why would it? Because it just wouldn't be complete without something pissing me off, like my remote hitting me in the foot. But I've already set that all up. So, ow, god damn it. Ugh. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am finally back. Welcome back to the Road to Three Hopes, which took a freaking month off, not by choice, but because of stupidity. All I'm gonna say is my roommate's now ex is evil, and leave it at that. So now that I am back, why are you not letting me do whatever? Regardless, I am gonna go ahead. I'm here. I am back. I'm basically 10 minutes late because I was being picky about my tweet, but whatever. So, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Shit, I am still not fully prepared. God damn it. Okay, I'll just keep talking while I quickly do this, because this is just grab something from my shelf here. So yeah, I was without internet for the past this month. That's why I haven't streamed, and that's as far as I want to go with that subject. So, for this one, I gotta do something a little bit different. Good. There we go. So, yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses. I've got a little bit of a story to tell with this one. So, the year this is. So, alright. So, of course, naturally, this game was announced back in, I want to say 2017, whatever year, whatchamacallit came out, freaking Echoes. I do not remember. I don't remember when you came out. When did you come out? Just quickly checking that. Anyways, so yeah, this was announced at the same E3 as Echoes, Shadows of Valentia, which I absolutely love. And then I was out of town for work. And yeah, it was 2017. I was right. I don't know why I doubted myself. Oh, God. Apparently I need to stop doubting myself. Oh, I wonder if I can use the GameCube controller on this game. Anyways, sorry. So yeah, I went out of town for some work, and then I ended up coming back on the same day. I was expecting to and my day of coming back was literally Three Houses' release date, July 29th? Was it? Crap, whatever. I don't need the specific days. Anyways, regardless of any of that, I got this game, and I have basically been mostly obsessed with this game. I do have a lot of problems with this game, obviously, Obviously, cough, cough, of the hate boner for Edelgard, cough, cough. But I'll explain that in due time. But yeah, I'm excited to finally play this game, even though I should have frickin' started a month ago, but whatever. But I'm rambling at this point. Let's just get on with it, because I don't want to waste any more time. Let's do it. Let's do it. So this is going to be the longest stream session that I'm going to do. Because trust me, this is going to balloon way past Cold Steel 1. Because I intend to show pretty much everything. Now, originally, as you can see here with my save files, I was originally going to do a file where I just get some stuff dealt with so I could show it off later. I'm going to be working on that off camera. So the on camera one is pretty much going to be the male Byleth Blue Lions thing on normal, and then this one will be that. Which means the future files are going to have a lot more of an advantage because they will be working off of a save based on hard difficulty. And I'm also going to try not to reap the benefits of New Game Plus too much, because I think it would be best if I, try to be more fair with this and do a non-New Game Plus run, effectively. Now, obviously, I'm going to carry over the stuff from New Game Plus for the Renown, which means I will technically still have it. It'll still be a New Game Plus file because of the statues, which I'll explain when we get there. But yeah, no. This is basically just going to be a let's do this kind of a thing. I was going on hard just kind of test it out, and yeah, hard does kind of still feel balanced. It is lazy difficulty, admittedly, but I mean, it's not the worst that I've ever seen. Now, if you're wondering why I have this tinier notebook, one, my regular notebook is currently being used for other stuff, and two, my notes are going to be a little bit different, so this is more going to be I'm going to be jotting down the notes in the linear order in this one, and then transferring it to there for the YouTube video. I imagine most people don't care about that, but whatever. So, let us begin. Also, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This game is effectively, as I need to adjust my webcam a little bit. This game is how you do a Shin Megami Tensei crossover. Oh, I had a bookmark. Shoot. Shit. Well, I guess I'll show this off a little bit. To just kind of give a feel of it. Feel with it. Oh, and for the record, while I do intend to do Cindered Shadows, we're not starting with Cindered Shadows. We're just going to start with the Ashen Wolves available. Just keep in mind that if you want to recruit the Ashen Wolves, you have to complete the Cindered Shadows DLC first. So, keep that in the back of your mind. Okay. But yeah. Oh.
Doing.
Yeah,
it's
go down.
good to be king.
So yeah, I'll just show off a bit of how this, this idea. You got some defense, don't you? Boof. Really? You survived that? Oh, shit. Okay, just get out of there.
Oh, no.
No biggie.
Yeah, there were 4 new classes added with the Cinder Shadows DLC.
Ugh.
Ugh. Bad level ups. Yes, 2 stats are now considered bad level ups, whereas before it was 1 stat. Okay, really? Wow, this map is just completely bullcrap. His killer lance is busted.
Saw it coming.
Forgot about that.
But I...
Damn it! Okay, fuck it. Just screw it. I thought I could continue that, and Constance got killed, so I'll do that off camera, like I said. I just thought I could finish it up, but of course not. Why would I be able to do that? Anyways, so New Game Plus. So Endgame saves and New Game Plus saves are indicated by Sothis marks on the screen. So when you start New Game Plus, so in New Game Plus, you retain your renowned and hired battalions, as well as the saint saint statue levels, which give specific bonuses. But I'll go over those again when I'm able to do that. You can also use your journal to spend renown to unlock professor levels, support levels, skill levels, combat arts, and abilities gained from mastering class skills that you have unlocked in your cleared game save. You can also use the unit appearance to change how your units look both on and off the battlefield. This doesn't apply to mounted units, unfortunately, as mounted units basically can't be customized, so you can just have your, so you could have the standard outfit for some characters while they're on horseback, which is kind of bull, but whatever. Unless their standard attire is their horseback attire, but yeah, that's something to get into later. Way later, like multiple sessions from now. Oh, and you can apparently change their profile pictures too. Didn't realize that. How do I do that? I've never even done that. Anyways. Additionally, you may receive items containing crest powers based on the choices you made in your cleared game save. Use your journal to spend the renown to unlock any crest items that you do not already possess. So if you have any Fire Emblem character amiibos, which I do, you can scan them at the Amiibo Gazebo. Try saying that 5 times fast. And it's just a case of who knows. So yes, we're going to carry over the save data from my Crimson Flower, most recent Crimson Flower playthrough. I have done all 4 routes, for the record. And yes, as you can tell, I'm a bit of a Black Eagles liker because, yeah. Anyways. Anywho, I'm gonna carry this one over. So, normal, hard, and maddening. Hard is definitely a bit of more of a challenge. Maddening, I have seen how ridiculous maddening is. Maddening is lunatic. Let's just call it what it is. It's lunatic difficulty, and oh boy, does it live up to that hype, because yikes. We're not quite dealing with proud versus critical with Kingdom Hearts 3, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I didn't think so. Anyways, was just checking something. Alright, So, we're just gonna go on normal, of course. Classic, because I would like there to be at least some challenge here. We're not quite doing an Iron Man, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and try and do as little grinding as possible, or at the bare minimum, try not to do too much grinding on camera. But that will of course be easier considering the kind of things that I'm doing. Do I want to connect to the network? Yes. Oh, right. Hey, because this month has been hell, my Switch Online ran out. Okay, never mind. So you can connect to the network by setting up a connection to the system settings and enabling online. No, that's not how that is going to work, dear friend. That is, I need to get Switch Online again. So here's the opening. Imperial Year 91. They showed off the javelins this. Hit the stupid magic missiles this. Really? Some chords of the best song in the game don't have me.
Ladies!
Ooh, he mad at you. Sorry, I have to make fun.
Do you recall the Red Canyon? You'll die in it. Die! Die! You took everything that I loved! He's gone now, Mother.
Oh my. What could have brought you here? I wonder how you got in here. It is most rude to interrupt a moment of repose. Very rude indeed.
Excuse
Now come
me.
to me. I wish to have a look at you.
Alright, so now we can choose our gender of Byleth. Go with here. There is no real customizing the avatar in this one. And it's funny because that seems to be a trend, huh? Because Corrin was like really super customizable and had just and Robin and Corrin were customizable, not fully, but you could customize them decently well, and they also had their own personalities, good or bad. I leave it up to other people to decide for themselves. But yeah, no, in this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Byleth is really flat as a character, and it really, really shows. And as per usual, the gender really doesn't mean anything outside of who you can S-support. So, since we're doing a Blue Lions playthrough, there's no reason for me... Well, I shouldn't say there's no reason, but I am going to, of course, go male Byleth for this playthrough. We'll do female Byleth as well, because I've got some support conversations
I've
going on.
not seen the likes of you before. Who are you, anyway?
So, this is a pointless choice. This game is full of these, by the way, where selections you make literally have no bearing on anything. And this is a very good example of this.
Do not deceive. You would do well to keep your wit in line.
Like I said,
I see.
pointless.
Then you must have a name of sorts. Go on.
As per usual, we'll just name him Felix, because, yeah.
Huh. I shall not ever grow accustomed to the sound of human names. You must possess a day of birth as well. Beneath which moon and on what day were you born to this world?
So now we can pick the birthday. Which, I actually like this, because this actually is one of those you can set it up how you like. You can see, see which month is which one. Now, obviously, you'll be able to see that as the game progresses. So, I do like some of the names for these moons. Guardian Moon, Pegasus Moon, Lone Moon, Great Tree Moon, Harpstring Moon, Garland Moon, or the Kill Chaos! Kill Chaos is Moon. Sorry, I had to. No real interest in that. Blue Sea Moon, Verdant Rain Moon, Horsebow Moon, Wyvern Moon, Red Wolf Moon. I mean, I'm the Blue Wolf. There's Red Wolf, apparently. Okay, I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. Anyways, and Ethereal Moon. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go Garland Moon. I'll just put in my normal birthday, June 18th. It's the 18th. Is day 18 of month 6, Garland Moon, correct? Yes.
Well, wonders never cease. It seems we share our day of birth. How strange.
No matter what,
It all feels so familiar. I think it may be time for yet another nap.
Just to note this, by the way, doesn't matter what date you put in, she will say you share a date of birth regardless, because of the very idea of effectively just because of story reasons, which we'll get into later.
It is almost time to begin.
That's my roommate. Heading out, which is good. It It's almost time for the game to finally get going. Now that we've spent, like, what? Half an hour just on the pre-ramble and setting
Hey,
up?
time to wake up. Were you having that dream again?
So, again, pointless choice. I think for this one I'll say the war. I'll show off the other one.
Massive armies clashing on a vast field, right? There hasn't been a battle like that in over 3 centuries. In any case, just put that out of your mind for now. The battlefield is no place for idle thoughts. Risking your life is part of the job for mercenaries like us. Letting your mind wander is a sure way to get yourself killed. Okay, time to get moving. Our next job is in the kingdom. I told you before, it's far from here, so we'll need to leave at dawn.
Of course.
Oh, good grief. Everyone is already waiting for us outside.
Gerald, sir. Sorry to barge in, but your presence is needed.
What's happened?
Please forgive our intrusion. We wouldn't bother you with a situation not dire.
What do a bunch of kids like you want at this hour?
We're being pursued by a group of bandits. I can only hope that you will be so kind as to lend your support.
Bandits? Here?
It's true. They attacked us while we were at rest in our camp.
We've been separated from our companions and we're outnumbered. They're after our lives, not to mention our gold.
I'm impressed you're staying so calm considering the situation. Wait, that uniform.
Bandits spotted just outside the village. Damn, there are a lot of them.
I guess they followed you all the way here. We can't abandon this village now. Come on, let's move. Hope you're ready.
Well, after a month of frickin' not being able to be ready, I certainly frickin' hope so. So we're gonna go ahead and save that here. Because I don't want to overwrite my saves for the other one, because I do still need to unlock some support conversations. And having those future, like I said, having the future playthroughs would be ideal. So, we have a skirmish at dawn, a prologue, and an inevitable encounter. Alright.
Let's take care of those thieves before they overrun the village. Take down the enemies in front first. That should take the wind out of their sails.
So, now we get our tutorial pop-ups.
Stay focused.
Alright. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, weapon durability. Now, there is a change to weapon durability here that I do like. So I should have read the tutorial. It was about movement. You know how movement works. Anyways, weapon durability. Weapon will break when repeated use brings its durability to 0. There are, of course, combat arts, which we'll get into, which will drain it faster, but we'll get into that a bit later. You can fight with a broken weapon, but your might and hit rate will be reduced, and enemies will make follow-up attacks more easily. Be careful with your weapons. You cannot repair them mid-battle. And you also can't repair them for a really long time, too, so maybe don't be so willy-nilly with the combat arts. I was actually running into that left, right, center on the hard file. So let's start with Claude here. So, this is the tutorial on bows. I do like that they try to get the weapon tutorials out of the way as fast as possible. It's a nice little touch. We'll get into magic a little bit later, but yeah. So, bows can attack from long range, although their hit rate is reduced. just as the range increases. That is a nice touch, because bows in this one can actually go up to 3 squares, which is really nice. Certain combat arts will extend that range, but again, and that's something to get into later when we actually start having bow users on our team. They are highly effective against flyers like Pegasus Knights and Wyvern Riders.
Ready and willing.
So, let's start with some dialogue.
It's because of you guys that I'm not dead right now.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for that. I didn't expect to run into mercenaries like you in some remote village. The gods of fortune must be smiling on me. Yeah. Oh! It's not luck, it's fate.
So, this is where you can explains the battle menu. By the way, I do like this part. It's pretty fast. You can either read it or you can just close it out. Oh, and it's a simple button press. This. Yes, I was getting super frustrated at Warriors and its constant interruptions. Which, yeah, I know I could have changed in the menu, but whatever. I mean, I'm sorry, that was still inexcusable. Usable, right? I shouldn't have to fiddle with the menu in order to get the tutorials to be unintrusive. Just have unintrusive tutorials. Or, better yet, have a tutorial mode! Or have all the tutorials, front-loaded into the beginning of the game. But anyways, I digress. Let's talk about so the battle menu is you press A when the cursor is on a space without an active unit. When all of your units take action, it'll shift phases, yada yada yada. Alright, let's see. This is the battle menu. You can view the list of units, the conditions for the battle, which, yeah. You have guides, which are basically your tutorials to move your units, blah blah blah. Unit commands. And I do like that you don't really need. They don't really pop up with any of the major ones, so that's nice. You can actually just look at these at your own peril. I almost never do this because, I've been playing Fire Emblem for years at this point, so yeah, there's also, like, little touches they've made to the interface to kind of make information, the at-a-glance information more palatable. Like a check mark for effective damage, for bonus damage, the idea of cavalry and flyers, which have the Canto ability, which allows them to use their remaining movement after taking certain actions. Status effects like poison, which they brought status effects back. When you lose units, in casual it's retreat from the battle, but if Byleth's HP hits 0 in classic mode, then the game is over. In casual, it only ends if your entire group is defeated. So it's very much like Fates in that regard, which I applaud. This game is which, yeah, that should go without saying. They're really trying to make this Fates but better, and I do applaud them for that. Still wish there was a golden route, but we can discuss that later. Healing, which is using vulneraries or staves, or healing magic in this case. Trading, talking, support conversations, missions, yada yada yada. So yeah. Okay. Different options. Can't change the difficulty, which, I understand that. I really do. Let's see. Is there anything I want? Smart end on, yeah. Automatic cursor. Alright, let's turn cursor memory on then. HP gauges, yes. Grid, no. No, because the grid will just make it look meh. Minimap size. Yeah. Decent options. Not the greatest options ever. Like, I don't know if I'd give these options a plus. But, yeah. Yes, auto events on. The online stuff yeah. The online stuff, the major things is you can actually get items from different players online, and there's also the Spirits of the Fallen, which is basically if you stand in some sparkles, you'll either gain an item or whatchamacallit. And bookmark is, of course, suspend the game and then keep going. Anyways, let's finally get some more advancement going here instead of sitting
You
here.
have a strange aura about you. You say you're a mercenary, so show me what you can do.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll cut through. Thank you. We are in your debt. It wouldn't do for us to fall in a place like this. Please, lend us your strength. Let's work together to drive out these thieves.
Yeah, sure, Dimitri. Dang it, I missed an opportunity for a joke there.
We'll advance while protecting ourselves from the enemy. Take up position inside the forest.
So this is where the tutorial for terrain effects happens. I wonder if the tutorials, now that I've looked at them, are going to pop anyway. Huh. Well, I guess we'll see. Bye-bye.
You fought well.
Did he? Did he really? Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, just needed to jot down something that I'm gonna need to talk about later. So. Talk about in the YouTube video. I'm not gonna go over it on stream just because
It was a good
it's
try.
VA stuff. So. Also,
I'm not done yet.
well, I would hope not. Anyways, there's also, and by the way, Claude's voice actor, Joe Zaya, I so hope I'm saying that right. He does his own streams.
Yes, good. If we're in the forest, we can sustain their attacks without losing the advantage.
It's another thing that I like about the Fire Emblem series. They're not afraid to both use well-known and lesser-known voice actors. Like, I gotta be honest with you, I am not familiar with a decent chunk of the voice cast. There are certain ones that I do.
Fine opportunity. It's the combat arts I taught you.
Yeah. I have to admit, I like how unknown a lot of the voice actors are. Or at least ones that I don't generally hear.
It's over.
An issue I had back in the
Each
2000s,
battle a chance to grow.
and admittedly in the 2010s,
We must all do our part.
was I kept recognizing
Show me
so
more.
many voice actors. You know, like I would hear, you know, Yuri Lowenthal everywhere, Johnny on Bosch. You know, there was like a stable, you know, there was effectively nowadays I consider this to be the Funimation problem, because Funimation hires like the same 10 people for like every, you know, for every freaking thing, because they use their in-house casting, right? Those are all great voice actors in terms of talent. In terms of talent, let's leave any nonsense at the door. Anyways, in terms of talent, there's a lot of great voice actors at Funimation. But the problem is you were always, like, how many times have you heard Chris Sabat in a Funimation dub? Or, you know, or Todd Haberkorn, or Colleen Clickenbeard, right? Bring up Palencia. All of these voice actors you recognize. I like it when a work hires somebody that you don't hear in everything, right? For example, you know, yes, Tara Platt had been in Ruby, for example, but before that, you know, outside of, you know, the few times names we've, you know, aside from like Naruto and a few, you know, like the Persona 4 Arena games, you know, how often do we hear Tara Platt, right? So, it's just a nice little thing. And even the well-known voice actors are really talented voice actors, so of course, they go ahead and do it. Like, for example, I had never heard of Josiah or... Shit, I should know I should know this one. Give me a sec. I'm gonna look it up. I'll be able to find it in like 2 seconds. I'll know his name when I see it. Come on. Don't make me... There we go. Chris Hackney. Right? I'd never heard of Chris Hackney before Fire Emblem Three Houses. But, and I mean no disrespect to Josiah here, but, yeah, I would say probably one of the strongest vocal performances in the entire game actually comes from Chris Hackney as Dimitri. You know, I mean, you've seen the trailers.
Damn, why are there mercenaries in the village? Guess we'll have to deal with them too.
Yeah. Anyways, you know, Chris Hackney, you know, you've seen the trailers, right? You know how good of a performance he is. Kill every last one of them! It goes to show.
Attack when an ally is nearby, and the enemy will be intimidated, making them easier to hit.
Yeah. So, linked attacks. This is something I should go over, because these are not standard Fire Emblem fare. When you attack an enemy that is also in attack range of one or more of your other units, you will trigger a linked attack. During a linked attack, your avoid rate and hit rate are higher than normal. Linked attacks between certain units will also raise might. So, yeah, having allies close by is a damn good idea. Whoops. Good use of linked attacks is key to defeating powerful enemies. Linked attacks will also build support among the units involved. So in other words, if units can support each other and they have link ups, it makes it easier to gain support points. Like I have stated in other stuff. Okay, my nose decided to fool me. Anyways, as I have said in other stuff, I'm probably not going to go ahead and give a negative for support grinding, because there are so many ways to gain support points. Also, item drops, which are exactly how they usually are. Okay. go ahead and use the Vulnerary. Forest, because that would be a smarter idea. Oof. You dodged because you're in the forest. Ugh. Alright. We will get rid of you.
Over already.
And now I think... Oop. I guess I will move Edelgard out of the way. Actually, I want to see something. Oh, there is a linked attack with Claude. Huh. Interesting. Not Dimitri. That's very interesting. Also, one thing I do like, you can switch weapons if you have multiple weapons with L and R, but ZL and ZR select combat arts. I like that. Boom. Gotcha.
As expected.
Oh wow, you're almost level 3. I should probably lay off a little bit. Alright, so I'm just gonna end there.
I'm gonna kill you where you stand.
Uh-huh.
Yeah!
I will get stronger yet.
Nice. Good growth. Out there. So now Gerald moves.
What the? Aren't you Gerald the Bladebreaker? What's a renowned mercenary like you doing here?
I'm the one who should be complaining. I'm caught up in the mess you started.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Yeah!
So...
Hey, you with the blank stare! Out of my way!
Yeah, even in universe they acknowledge the blank stare thing.
We must all do our part.
I'm gonna get an iron axe for that. And now, time to be introduced to our rewind feature of the game. I'm sure that dagger won't be important later.
Honestly, what are you accomplishing with that little stunt? It's like you're trying to get me killed, you fool. Well, it's fine. After all, if you don't know the value of your own life, you're not going to protect it very well, are you? Course not. Well then, I guess it's up to me to guide you from now on, right? You can call me Sothis, but I'm also known as the Beginning. Sothis. Yes, that is it. My name is Sothis. And I am also called the Beginning. But who once called me that?
Sothis.
I was not able to recall my name until just now. And just like that, it came to me. How odd. That look upon your face. Did you think me a child? A mere child who forgot her own name?
Whoa.
Phooey! That child just saved your life. And what does that make you?
I'm less than a child?
Correct. You understand. You threw yourself before an axe to save just one young girl. Yet all is well, as I have stalled the flow of time for now. You would have died had I not intervened.
Well, thank you.
There now. Is gratitude so much to ask? I did deem you worth saving after all. Though it is only momentary, time has stopped. However did I manage that? When time begins again, the axe will tear into your flesh and you will surely meet your end. How rude of you to drag me into this. Now what to do?
Well, here's a pointless choice, pointless AF choice. So, yeah, that's obvious. Just turn back the hands of time.
Of course. I must turn back the hands of time. Yes, I do believe it can be done. You really are quite troublesome. I cannot wind back time too far, but all is well. You are aware of what's to come, which means you can protect yourself this time. Now go! Yes, you who bears the flames within. Drift through the flow of time to find the answers that you seek.
Hey, over here!
Huh?
Hey, did you just...
The Knights of Seros are here. We'll cut you down for terrorizing our students.
Hi,
Hey,
Louise.
the thieves are running away. Go after them. The students seem to be unharmed. And who's this?
Why him?
Yeah. I'm with you there, Gerald. I'm with you there.
Captain Gerald? It is you! Goodness, it's been ages! Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man! Well, that's how I always thought of myself anyway. Oh, it must have been 20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
You haven't changed a bit, Alois, just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore. These days, I'm just a wandering mercenary. One who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right. Goodbye, Captain. Wait, that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garrig Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child?
That is correct.
Is that so? Well, physical differences aside, your mannerisms do remind me of the captain. I'd love for you to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you? What's troubling you, Captain? You aren't about to run off again, are you?
Even I wouldn't dare run from the Knights of Seros.
The Knights of Seros? They do seem rather skilled. Ah, it seems your presence is required. Get going.
appreciate your help back there. Your skill is beyond question. You're clearly an experienced mercenary. And your father, that would be Gerald, the Bladebreaker? Former captain of the Knights of Seros, oft praised as the strongest knight to ever live. Have I missed anything?
I didn't know he was a captain.
How curious. I'd wager the explanation for that is fascinating indeed.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel. Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students of the Officers' Academy at Garrigmach Monastery. We were doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got the worst of it.
That would be because you ran off.
Too true. I was the first to make a strategic retreat. Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything. Because of them, every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth behind a person's words.
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail to trust those whom you rely on.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one's ability to wield power. Personally, as the embodiment of distrust, I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
Me, naive. Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet, or is your lack of self-awareness a condition of some sort?
In any case, forgive our digression. I must speak with you if you can spare a moment. The way you held your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. You never lost control of the situation. It showed me I still have much to learn.
Your skill is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire. I might as well tell you now, I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire's...
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition. The Holy Kingdom of Fargus is in dire need of exceptional individuals like yourself. Please, do consider returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there, you two sure are hasty. Trying to recruit someone you just met. Tactless, really. I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery before begging for favors. But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger, let's get right to it. Where does your allegiance lie?
It seems one's place of birth is quite significant to them. Yet they are so impressed by you that you may take your pick. Well?
Well, I mean, we'll be doing this in 3 different pathways, so... yeah, sure.
Understood. Fargus is a noble and distinguished kingdom that has always valued chivalry.
All right, that's enough with the small talk. It's time to head back to the monastery.
Looks like we'll have to pick this up another time.
My, they are in such a hurry. You know, each of the 3 is most unique.
Yep. Let me just jot down a note before we get into that. Wow. I am a fucking Nadelgard simp. Sheesh. Edelgard. She is a refined woman. How I feel, but I feel as though she's always evaluating me. Dimitri. He seems quite sincere, but I sense darkness lurking beneath. And Claude. His easy smile is striking, but that smile doesn't reach his eyes.
Yes, I thought the same. I am so sleepy once again. I may be sleeping, but
Alright.
Part 1. White Clouds. Great Tree Moon. 3 houses.
We have a title! Sorry.
The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fodlan, heralding the start of a new year. As they celebrate the dawning year, the people pray that they may realize their full potential, just as a tiny sprout hopes to one day grow into a great tree. The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the land. In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil, Fodlan and these 3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
This will be your first time at the monastery. I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fodlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough. There it is. Garrick Mock Monastery.
Is here.
I wonder, did the flow of time bring you here?
No, your stupid plan did, but let's not get into that.
It's been years since I've last set eyes on this place. To be forced to see her now, I've never spoken of this to you before, but many years ago, I was a knight here. I reported to the Archbishop, Lady Rhea. As you know, the majority of folks in Fodlan are devout followers of the teachings of Seros. The leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Thank you for your patience, Gerald. My name is Setek. I am an advisor to the Archbishop.
Right. Hello.
It has been a long time, Gerald. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we have another chance meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Yes. For many years after I left this place, I wish I could introduce you to the mother of my child, but I'm afraid we lost her to illness.
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name? A fine name indeed. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers' Academy. Gerald, you already know what it is I wish to say, do you not?
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Seiros, don't you? I won't say no, but...
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked this of you. I must step away for now, but I expect they will desire a word with you soon. Please listen carefully to what they have to say. Until tomorrow, farewell.
I can't believe it. Forced back into the Knights of Seiros. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. And I'm afraid your services are requested as well.
I must work here? As a prisoner?
Nothing like that. They want you to teach, by the sound of it. You heard those brats earlier talking about the Officers' Academy, right? Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor. And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
Because of course he did.
You must be the new professor. My, how stern and handsome you are.
No. I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck. And watch out for Lady Rhea. I don't know what she's thinking making you a professor like this. She may be up to something. Stay on your guard.
Oh, it's you then? So young.
Competence and age are not necessarily correlated, as you well know. I am Hanneman, a Crest Scholar and Professor at the Officers' Academy. I wonder if you bear a crest of your own. When next you have a moment to spare, I insist that you pay me a visit so we can delve into the subject further.
I'm Manuela. I'm a professor, a physician, a songstress, and available. It's nice to meet you.
You're a songstress?
Of course. Before I came here, I belonged to a renowned opera company. Perhaps you've heard of me? The Middlefranc Opera Company's beautiful, peerless.
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuela. Now then, it seems you'll be taking charge of one of the Academy's 3 houses. I expect you haven't yet been briefed on the nature of each, have you?
Do you really not know? Fine. I'll do you a favor and explain. The Officers' Academy is comprised of 3 houses of students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin. The Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess, who is in line to be the next Emperor.
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke Regan, the leader of the Alliance.
To think that the next Emperor, King, and Sovereign Duke are all here. It certainly is a promising year for the Academy.
I'll say. I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite. For now, I suggest taking a stroll around the Academy to get your bearings. And when you've a moment, please stop by my research laboratory.
The old man has a point. Oh, and keep in mind that I've only notified the house leaders that you're our new professor. It's more fun that way. I suggest you try spending time with the students. some odd ducks in that bunch, but they're good kids. I'm sure Lady Rhea will have more information for you tomorrow, but that should get you going. Good luck. You'll need it.
Have you no intention of changing your mind, Rhea? Appointing a stranger, a child no less, as a professor at our esteemed academy is...
I have made my decision, Sedith. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Gerald's flesh and blood, after all.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Gerald character? Is he not the man who went missing after the Great Fire 21 years ago? I would remind you that Flame is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
Sedith, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you as well. More importantly, I have received a report from Shamir. I am increasingly concerned about a matter regarding our suspicious individual. We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the church, especially if they are frequenting Garrick Mach.
Yes, that matter is of great importance as well. I shall continue my investigation. Rhea, for now I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care. I pray that nothing occurs to shake that confidence.
Meanwhile, everything is going to shake that confidence. Anyways. And yes, the bell literally chimes the Fire Emblem theme. Interesting that they show off the golden deer first. I do like that a lot of the personalities of the characters are shown off in this little snippet. Hate that. Frickin' Sylvain.
Of course.
So now we get the exploration tutorial. So, we can zoom in and out the camera, and holding B or Y will allow you to dash, and moving the camera with the right, you move the camera with the right sticks. Typical fare. If you're ever unsure of what to do next, look to the left side of the screen. Your current objectives will be highlighted. Basically, the idea is when you take on quests, the idea of what to do about them will show up on the side. So, for this one, we gotta accept.
I assume you are already aware that you will be teaching here at the Officers' Academy.
Gotta accept the
Correct?
quest.
To start, please speak with the 3 house leaders. You should also take a look around the academy and acquaint yourself with your new home. That is your first task here at the monastery. Please let me know if you accept it. Once you have finished, come and speak with me. May I ask a favor of you?
So yeah, this will give us some money, an iron sword, and a vulnerary. So, quests are given to you by people throughout the monastery. Harry, you can consult the quests menu to take a look at them. Each quest has different indicators of how they are. The red exclamation mark is you can go accept it. The one that looks like writing is, of course, it's in progress. And then the green check mark shows that it's ready to be turned in. So, we'll start by talking to, like, everyone around, because obviously I stream, so I might as well just show everything off.
Ha! I imagine you were a bit surprised that I recommended you as a professor here.
Yeah, why
Frankly,
did you
we
do
had
that?
someone else in mind for the role, but they ran off during our dust-up with the bandits. Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
You saved the lives of the students you came across. That, at least, was admirable. Now you should make the rounds. Go around the monastery and see that you greet everyone.
Of course. Not much else for me to do. Whoops. So, yeah, if you had access to fast travel, you'd be... Or do I? No. Okay. No fast travel right now. Oh, I can talk to different characters. Okay. Or can I? So, the minimap is in the upper right corner. It shows you different stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Can I go back up? I can go back up to the second floor. I've never honestly done that, so...
Hi.
Don't mind me, I'm just actually checking things out here. You can actually talk to Cyril this early. Huh.
I'm real busy, so could you please move along now? Thanks. Okay, now, what else did Lady Rhea need doing today?
Man, a few words.
What happened? Here I am again, the office of the Captain of the Knights. That said, I'm merely here to assist. Apparently, the current captain is getting on in years. I hear the captain has a hard time keeping up with the responsibilities of the job. That's where I come in.
This is dialogue I have never experienced before, so forgive me as I indulge.
This is my research laboratory. I've worked hard to furnish it with the rare materials and purpose-built equipment required for my work.
Hey. Oh, Professor. Dropping by so soon? I expected we'd take some time, exchange a few smiles as we passed in the hall, flirt a bit, you know. Well, you're here now, and I do like a man who knows what he wants. Lock the door. Huh. That welcome didn't faze you at all, did it? What's the matter? Don't you like me? Or are you just so innocent you don't understand me?
There's other concerns of that. Well, don't mind me. Oh yeah, ZR allows you to change the different look of the map. Yep, zoomed in, zoomed out. There's also a full version that it's not letting me do right now, so... But we can deal with that later.
Welcome to the library. Here you may find literature from the far reaches of Fodlan. I am Tomas, the librarian. If you have need of me, do not hesitate to ask. I have worked here for... I have lost track of the decades, it seems.
Yes. Yes, it would seem so. Alright, so that's everybody up here. One thing I do like about the fast travel menu is it actually shows you characters that still have, you know, new stuff for you to say. And when you approach them, as you probably noticed, they have little speech bubbles above them, which of course are surrounded by a red border when they have something new to say, which is actually very damn helpful. Helpful when trying to figure out who did I talk to and who didn't I talk to yet.
A moment, please.
So yeah, there's spaces that are blocked off. Because, you know, they don't want...
Yes.
You know, they don't want it dealing with that. I can jump right over here. I'm used to Edelgard being the first one I talk to. So I guess we'll get the Officers Academy panning shot out of the way first. So there's that.
Okay.
So we've spotted Claude. How did I not spot Dimitri? He's right there. There we go.
That's so.
Yes.
Pardon me.
This is the entrance hall. Spotted Edelgard during the panning shot. I'm, of course, going to just do this in my normal order.
So, you've accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire.
Not
I
this
never
playthrough.
properly introduced
Sorry.
myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Hresvelg. I am the princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles. I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Would you like to know more about any of the Black Eagles?
Yeah, might as well go over. Might as well go over everyone.
Me? Well, some think I'm a bit distant. Arrogant, even. But there's little to be done. One day, I must rise to become Adrestia's next emperor. What else? Well, it seems to me that we may have similar personalities.
So, each of the house leaders has effectively the same ability. They have the lineage ability, which multiplies their X by 1.2. Which works. Alright. So yeah, you can zoom in on their mugshot if you feel like it. Let's start with Hubert. Then let's continue.
Hubert is the heir of Marquis Vestra. He has served me since I was a child. You may think his blood runs a bit cold, but actually that's rather accurate. Still, if you can get past that, you'll see he's quite astute and reasonable.
When he isn't, well, going on and on about being, when he's not being your hardcore simp. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, everybody, there's always got to be the bad boy, and yeah, Hubert is said bad boy. Ferdinand.
For some reason, he thinks of me as a bitter rival and is always trying to challenge me. It's terribly irritating. His house is that of Duke Eyre, which produces Adrestia's prime ministers. That family is, perhaps, too pleased with its own status.
Maybe just a little. Also, I should also talk about, they come with personal skills. Edelgard, like I said, all the house leads have the lineage ability as their personal ability. Hubert had officer duty, which grants him a might boost to his gambits. We'll go over gambits later. Ferdinand's is confidence. It's hidden with void plus 15 when he is at full HP. Because of course.
He's remarkably intelligent, but he only wishes to apply himself to tasks that particularly interest him, and nothing else. He's also fond of, well, napping. If he had any work ethic or sense of duty to speak of, I suppose he would be destined to become an official of the Empire.
Yep, with his personal ability called Cat Nap. If he takes no action except wait, he recovers 10% of his max HP. So, which means at the start he would recover 2 HP. Which doesn't seem like a lot, admittedly, but still, I mean, a free heal, even a minor one, is still better than nothing. So, there's that. I'll go over the strengths and weaknesses when we actually get to the actual meat of the professor gameplay a bit later. Caspar is next.
He's the second son of Count Burgleys. He has no inheritance in his future, which is perhaps why he's always so eager to prove himself. He's overly energetic and rushes headfirst into any battle. If he ends up in your care, be sure to keep a close eye on him.
Yep. His personal skill is Born Fighter. Adjacent foes suffer a void -10 during combat. Bernadetta.
She's Count Varley's only daughter. I suppose you could say she's a bit eccentric, but she seems like a gentle soul. I believe she shut herself away in her quarters and doesn't care to leave, but don't worry, I'll make sure she finds her way to class.
Yep. Persecution Complex is her special ability. It grants attack +5 when the unit is not at full HP.
She's Count
Whoops.
I believe...
I didn't mean to hit ask again. But yeah, I can hear the explanation again by hitting A. Dorothea.
Few commoners have joined the Black Eagle House, but Dorothea is an exception. She's a songstress from a famous opera company in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure what brought her to the Officers' Academy.
Something to go over in her supports. Her special ability is Songstress. Adjacent allies recover 10% of their HP each turn. Which, yes, this is very useful. Like I said, at the beginning it's not much, but at the same time, free heal. Why complain about free healing, right? It's not going to be, it's not something to full on rely on, but it's also not something to shirk either. And of course, my personal favorite character in the whole game, Petra.
To the west of Fodlan is an archipelago called Brigid. Petra is the granddaughter of their king. Brigid is a vassal state of the Empire, which is how she came to be enrolled here. She's incredibly smart and studious.
Basically, for those of you familiar with the Trails series, or have seen my streams of Cold Steel 1 and 2, who basically imagine if Crossbell was a country of hunters rather than in a technologically advanced society. No, that doesn't work. I was gonna say basically Nord, but no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Anyways, her special ability is Hunter's Boon. Crit +20 when foe's HP is less than or equal to 50%. Yeah, she is effectively the Longku of this game. Yeah. Anywho, that is the Black Eagles.
Yes.
Next up, Golden Deer House, as Claude will explain.
Well, scored a teaching gig here, did you? Talk about a great first impression. I guess that means I'd better introduce myself properly. I'm Claude von Regan. I'm from the ruling house of the Leicester Alliance, but don't worry too much about all that madness. I'm guessing you don't know which class you'll be teaching yet, do you? I bet you'd like ours. We're not as difficult as the other two. Have you met the folks from the Golden Deer House yet? Care to know more about anyone?
Well, I mean, I might as well. I won't do this every time. I will probably hit no on the other playthroughs just to speed this up. Basically, the other playthroughs are going to be a lot quicker. In specific, going from Silver Snow to Crimson Flower, because, yeah. Oh, I never did explain why I said it said in my tweet that Blue Lions is my least favorite route. Okay, Blue Lions, I admit, is my least favorite route, mostly as an overall. If I had to describe which time skip story I hated the most, that'd be Silver Snow. But overall route, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Blue Lions. That's why we're doing it first, getting it out of the way. But who knows? Maybe I'll get a new appreciation for it. God knows that happened with Cold Steel 2, so... I mean, you know, Cold Steel 2 had a lot of great stuff to offer, so... Anyways, let's worry about that in a bit. But yeah, no, I think it's mostly just pendulum effect, you know? Everybody and their dog has praised the shit out of the out of the Blue Lion path and the Azure Moon side of it, final third, I guess you could say, of it in particular. And I'm just sitting here like, well, I guess half would be almost accurate. Yeah, mostly actually. It would don't be very minimalistically inaccurate. Anyways, but yeah, no. I'll get into my reasons for the most part because everybody says, you know, this one reveal is like so blatantly obvious on the Black Eagles and it was so shocking in the Blue Lions, and I'm just sitting here like, how the hell did you not see that coming? Especially when they point blank reveal they basically expose what the reveal is before it actually happens. Before they do the whole, is this some kind of sick joke or twisted joke? Excuse me. Ugh. Maybe it's because I did the Black Eagles first. I will concede to that possibility, but gah! It's actually more shocking in the Golden Deer route, if you ask me, because it kind of comes the hell out of nowhere. Like, whoa, it's an actual twist instead of a revealing the blindingly obvious. I'm being as vague as I can to avoid spoilers, but you get my point. Anyways.
Piqued your interest, have I? As luck would have it, I'm pretty curious about you as well. But what's life without a bit of mystery? Let's just spend the next year or so learning about each other little by little.
Next up. So yeah, Claude, as I said, lineage, X multiplication. Moving on. Lawrence.
He's the heir of Gloucester territory. If you haven't already picked up on it, he's a bit arrogant and fancies himself a ladies' man. That said, deep down he's really devoted and honest. Though I wouldn't mind never hearing him talk about his noble obligations ever again.
You and me both, Claude. You and me both. His special ability is Distinguished House. Unit deals 2 extra damage while in formation with a battalion. So, yeah, get him a battalion ASAP. If he's in your care. Raphael.
He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident. Seems like he's had a rough life. Despite all that, he's just about the most cheerful guy you'll ever meet. His passions are training, eating, and actually that's about it.
And his special ability is Goodie Basket. He has a chance to recover up to 10% of his max HP at the start of each turn. The trigger percentage is his luck stat, which at the start is a 6% chance. Again, a lot of these abilities you don't really rely on it. They're just little bonuses at absolute most, which is good because relying on special abilities can be kind of not a good thing. I have made that mistake before with crit hits and skill activations. Ignatz.
He's the second son of a merchant family. Since his brother will inherit the business, he's training to become a knight. If you ask me, it doesn't seem like he truly wants to be a knight. He's probably just doing it to please his parents.
His special ability is Watchful Eye, granting him hit plus 20. So, he's got a good hit rate.
Lysithea is the daughter of Count Ordelia, and is probably the youngest student here. But watch out, She gets angry if you treat her like a child. As for me, I do it on purpose. You have to make your own fun in this place, you know?
You're a bit of a dick, aren't you, Claude? Anyways, her special ability is Mastermind. And, no, it's not Veteran. What was it called? Discipline. Discipline and Awakening is basically what this is. Double skill experience earned in battle. This basically means she will actually gain, if you have her in combat, she will actually gain more weapon experience, which is a really good thing because, yeah, especially if you're trying to S rank all of her abilities. We will not be doing that because I am not insane, but that's beside the point. Marianne.
Marianne is Margrave Edmund's daughter, and that's pretty much all I know about her. She doesn't interact much with other students, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of folks here have never even heard her speak.
Her special ability is Animal Friend. She recovers up to 20% of her max HP at the start of each turn when an adjacent ally is either a cavalry or flying unit. So basically, have her beside a Pegasus Knight or a Wyvern Rider, and she will recover 20% HP each turn. Which, yeah, as I've said with other, 10% recoveries, with the 10% recoveries, so let's round that up to a nice even 3. Not really useful at the start, near the start, but again, it's a free heal, so why not? Hilda.
Hilda is the only daughter of Duke Goneril. It seems her father and brother coddle her quite a bit. If you look up lazy in the dictionary, her picture won't be there because she never got around to submitting it. Too unusual for a noble, I guess.
I actually really do like Hilda. She is a hilarious character, and funny enough, while she is lazy, yeah, I can turn her into a goddamn death machine. There's also a unique thing, but we'll get into that when I end up recruiting her. Her special ability is Advocate. Adjacent male allies deal 3 extra damage in combat. I could make a joke about that, but let's not. Leonie.
Leonie enrolled because she wants to be a mercenary. I think she said that her father is a hunter. She's pretty blunt and as stingy as they come. A habitual saver, too. I think she's hoping to repay her village for helping to send her here.
Her special ability is Rivalry. Rivalry. I guess that would be the inverse of, yeah, it would be the inverse. The inverse of Advocate, because whereas Advocate gave male allies a boost to their damage, Rivalry, if a male ally is adjacent, Leonie will deal 2 extra damage and take 2 less damage during combat. So in other words, being around her male allies motivates her to fight harder, whereas being around Hilda motivates the guys to work harder. That's why I say it's the inverse. But that is the Golden Deer for you. Next up, Dimitri.
Please accept my apologies for the other day. You came to our aid, yet I hadn't even the courtesy to properly introduce myself. I am Dimitri Alexandra Blathid, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Of course, at the Academy, I am simply a student. And I've heard word that you are to become a professor here. Delightful news. I still have much to learn, but I'm confident I could benefit greatly from your guidance. In any case, welcome to the monastery. I hear you're investigating the different houses here. Did any of the Blue Lions catch your attention?
Well, I mean, we've investigated all of the other ones. Might as well finish it off. You know?
Me? Oh, please forgive me. It's difficult to open up on the spot, don't you think? I'm afraid my story has not been a pleasant one. I do hope that doesn't color your view of me, but I understand if that can't be helped.
Yeah, you got a lot of baggage in your past, Dimitri. I don't blame you for it. It's just a thing that has, that is there. Give me 1 sec. I also want to check something here. Just want to make sure that things are all good. Alright, so back. Let's have him talk about Dedu for a second. Let me check.
Dedu was born in Dusker, and has been loyally working in my service for the past 4 years.
Okay, everything's good.
He's rather taciturn, but once you get to know him, you'll see he's a kind and good-natured young man.
Oh, oops. Why did I do that? Closed out the thing. So, Dedu. He's very quiet, but very dependable. His special ability is Staunch Shield. If unit takes no action except wait, his defense is boosted by 4 for 1 turn. And with a starting defense stat of 8, you can kind of see how useful that is. He is your tank. Every house has a tank. Admittedly, I always forget who it is for the Black Eagles, but there is no questioning who the tank is for the Blue Lions. It is definitely Dedu. The tank for the Golden Deer, that would absolutely be Hilda, again, when you train her up. Anyways, Felix, another one of my favorite characters.
Felix is the heir to House Fraldarius. He has a bit of a sharp tongue, but don't let that fool you.
Oh yeah, I guess
Deep down, he's a good guy. He gravitates toward people who are skilled. Perhaps you would enjoy a friendly competition with him sometime.
His special ability is Lone Wolf. He deals 5 extra damage with no battalion assigned, or when his battalion's endurance is 0. So it's a risk-reward system with him. Again, gotta go over battalions a bit later, but effectively the idea is if he has no battalion, he does more damage, but battalions also grant stat boosts, so that's a thing. So, yeah. Felix is very interesting, and I really like him as a character. Next, Ash.
He's the adoptive son of Lord Lenato of Castle Caspar, but I hear he was born a commoner. He has an extremely earnest personality, so I'm certain he will approach your lectures with great enthusiasm.
His special ability is Lockpick. Yes, we basically already have a chest opener. If you pick the Blue Lions, you already have a chest opener, which is kind of interesting. Kind of interesting if you ask me. He is every house basically has units that are effectively, you have your mage, you have your archer, you have your tank, your armored unit, yada yada yada. Different characters that have different specialities. Sylvain.
Sylvain is the heir to House Gautier. He is a capable person who highly values his friends. That said, well, he's always been a bit of a skirt chaser, so to speak. Pardon my bluntness. I speak with him about it often, but it doesn't seem to help.
His special ability, of course, is Philanderer. If a female ally is adjacent, he deals 2 extra damage and takes 2 less damage during combat. It is literally just a gender-flipped version of Rivalry, as we talked about with Leone. Next, Mercedes.
I hear she was born to imperial nobility, but a twist of fate brought her to the kingdom. She may seem carefree on the surface, but she's actually a kind soul who pays careful attention to everyone around her.
Her special ability is Live to Serve, which should sound very familiar to anyone and familiar with Fates, as this is effectively the maid/butler ability. Effectively, she is a healer that also heals herself while healing her allies, as she will recover the exact same amount of HP as she heals her allies for. Very, very, very useful. It is a damn good ability, and I love it. Annette.
Annette is Baron Dominic's niece. She is a talented student who scored extremely high marks at the Royal School of Sorcery. She's cheerful and hardworking. Brilliant, really. Though she can be a bit oblivious at times. I hear she caused an explosion in the kitchen last night.
Yeah. Her special ability is Perseverance. If you use Rally, you grant Strength +4 to an ally. I admit I'm not really fond of Rally abilities, but they can be useful, so I won't knock them.
Ingrid is Count Galatia's daughter. She is also a childhood friend of Felix, Sylvain, and myself. She is diligent, industrious, and principled. In truth, she is more knightly than most knights you will ever meet.
Sorry, I forgot to be jotting down some notes, so just give me a second here. Because I should have been writing all of these down. But I wasn't, because I'm an idiot. Hilda. And Leone. Alright, and then we have the Blue Lions. And, oh, yeah, I guess I need to talk about her. So, Ingrid's special ability is Lady Knight. When she uses gambits, this is effectively Hubert's officer's duty. When she uses gambits, their might and hit are increased by 3 and 5 respectively. And she has no weaknesses, which is actually kind of cool. Alright, so I'm just going to jot down for the notes. Felix, Ash, Sylvain, Mercedes, Annette, and Ingrid. There we go. So now that I've gotten all of that jotted down,
I appreciate your effort.
Informal introductions is complete. We get the rewards from it. Now, I could return to Rhea right now, but I'd rather just talk to everybody first. Might as well.
So what do you think?
Alright, so we spotted all of the golden deer, so let's talk to each of them.
Ah, you must be the renowned mercenary who rescued Claude. Honestly, you should not have troubled yourself over the likes of him. My name is Lawrence Hellman Gloucester. You will want to remember it.
Uh-huh. Anyways.
So you're the skilled mercenary who saved Claude, are you?
Oh, you are? It's such an honor to meet you. Ignatz Victor. My parents are Alliance merchants.
And I am
There
Lysithia
we go.
von Ordelia. Please do not forget it.
What do you think?
Hilda and Marianne.
Hey, are you that mercenary? Everyone's been talking about you. I'm Hilda Valentine Goneril, and her name is...
Marianne von Edmund.
Are you joining the Knights of Saros or something? Well, I look forward to seeing more of you.
Not exactly. Alright, so that's... It's 5 so far. 7 total, so let's go ahead and talk to...
Are you someone's guest? The dining hall's that way, if that's what you're looking for.
No, Raphael. That's Captain Gerald's kid. Hi, I'm Leonie Pinelli, Captain Gerald's first and greatest apprentice. I'm sure he's told you about me.
Nice to meet you. I'm Raphael Kirsten. Who are you again?
Ouch! Ouch, Raphael, that hurts. We'll meet the Blue Lions last,
Right,
because,
right.
I mean, that's the house we're picking. Let's see. We'll do like we did in for...
What? I don't talk to strangers.
Bernadetta, this is no stranger. Our house leader owes this person a great debt. Is that not right? I am Ferdinand von Eyre, legitimate son of the Eyre family, the Empire's foremost house. Are you going to join our class? I look forward to getting better acquainted with you.
Yep.
Well, aren't you just lovely? Is this your first time in the monastery? Shall I show you around? Oh, my name is Dorothea. Before I joined the academy, I was a member of an opera company in the Empire. You should hear me sing sometime.
I would enjoy that.
Thank you. Is it true that you saved Edelgard? That's incredible.
The name's Caspar, by the way. Pleased to meet you.
Linhard, goodbye.
Sheesh, Linhard. How'd you get into the academy with those manners? So, are you a student here too? Maybe we'll be in the same class.
Not exactly. And of course...
I am Hubert, a humble servant of Lady Edelgard. I heard you came to the aid of Her Highness.
Humble.
You have my most sincere thanks. This is Petra. She has come all the way from Brigid to study in the Empire. Back on her archipelago, she is actually a princess. In Fodlan terms, she would be called heir to the throne.
Hello, I am called Petra. I am pleased to be meeting with... I am pleased to have met you.
Yeah, that's Petra's shtick.
Oh.
Alright, next.
Okay.
I guess we'll start with the womanizer.
Hey there. Are you the mercenary who saved His Highness? It's an honor to meet you. I'm Sylvain Jose Gautier. Feel free to say hi whenever you like.
You I might talk to on the next playthrough.
Hi there. You must be the one everyone's talking about. I'm Ash. Great to meet you. This here is Dedu. He serves Prince Dimitri.
I have heard that you rescued His Highness. Words cannot express my gratitude. Should you ever require my strength, please know that I will hasten to repay this debt.
And that right there, that small little interaction tells you everything you need to know about Dedu. Sure, it'll be more, we'll expand upon it more, absolutely, but for now, yeah. And, Felix and Ingrid.
I have heard all about what you did from Prince Dimitri. As a citizen of Fargus, I thank you.
He also said you're quite skilled, and he doesn't just say things like that. I look forward to sparring with you and beating you.
Felix, must you always speak of fighting right away? Oh, and, you may call me Ingrid. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yep.
And who's this? You don't look familiar at all. Do you work here at the monastery?
Oh, mercy! Do you think this is that mercenary people have been talking about?
Now that I think about it, that does sound like something Dimitri may have said. I suppose you'll be enrolling at the Officers' Academy too, then? Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Mercedes, and this is my best friend.
I'm Annette. It's nice to meet you.
Oh. There was one other person, but we'll get to
How are
him
you
later.
enjoying your time at the Academy thus far? I hope you have found our halls brimming with the vitality of well-intentioned souls.
I suppose it is time for you to take charge of one of our 3 houses of students. I must note that I am personally against entrusting someone as lacking in trackable history as yourself with such a task. But it is as the Archbishop desires.
The Black Eagles, the Blue Lions, and the Golden Deer. All so different. I hope you've made it a point to get to know each of them.
Since you are new here, we have decided to allow you first pick. Manuela and I will take charge of the remaining 2 houses.
So, now we get to choose which path we're on. So we got it, and it also reminds you of which students are going to be your starting roster. Every house has 8 characters within it, and they so you can kind of just be reminded of, hey, which one do you kind of prefer? I still love the meme image with that, but of course, we are going to go ahead and do the Blue Lions first, because I would like to get it out of the way.
So you have chosen the Blue Lions led by Dimitri, correct?
For this playthrough, yes.
Your heart has made its choice then. All I ask is that you guide these open minds with virtue, care, and sincerity.
Notice the blue, the boundary's got a blue line on it. That is a nice touch to show that you are now officially, in this case, on the Blue Lions path.
They are all promising youths who bear the weight of Fodlan's future upon their shoulders. I hope you appreciate what an honor it is to lead them.
Brother? Oh! I am so sincerely sorry. I did not mean to interrupt.
I'm in the middle of something, Flame. Is it urgent?
No, it's nothing. More importantly, who is this?
This is our newest professor at the Academy.
Oh my! A new addition to the Officers' Academy! I am so very pleased to meet you, Professor. I am Sedith's little sister, Flame. I am so happy to make your acquaintance.
Let us focus on the topic at hand. There is something you should be aware of. In a few days' time, there will be a mock battle between the 3 houses, intended to gauge the current progress of the students. We will be using this battle as an opportunity to ascertain your own abilities as well. Please do not disappoint the Archbishop. That is all.
Note how Flane's introduction there.
Wait, does this mean our new professor is... No, I really can't believe it! But I was speaking to you so casually, as though we were companions.
Pay no mind in the net. Anyways, note how Flame introduced herself, by the way. As if it sounded like she was rehearsing, she was reciting a well-rehearsed line. Anyways.
Oh, I am so sorry, Professor. You just look the same age as the rest of us, and... Oh, and I'm sorry I just said that too. I really must watch my tongue.
I don't mind if you treat me as a friend.
You say that, but I just don't know about all of this.
I'll admit, it doesn't sit well with me either. After all, we wish to show you due respect.
Sure, but if the professor says it's okay, shouldn't that be enough? That is, if your highness can consent to such a thing. After all, we're already speaking this way to our future king, so we may as well relax our speech with our professor too, right?
Well, we're not in the kingdom, so it only goes to follow that we should all speak companionably. I concede. If the professor says it's fine, we ought to accept that kindness gratefully.
As for me, I'm not sure I can manage.
You don't have to force yourself if it's too difficult. You're fine with that too, right, Professor?
Yeah.
Having heard of your skills, I'm eager to meet you in battle. Come to the training ground later. There, you will show me what you're capable of.
You aren't wasting any time, are you, Felix? As it were, count me in for any such battle.
Pardon me, but I would also love to observe you in battle for future reference, if that's okay with you.
Ash, I won't have you speak of merely watching. You should join us as well.
If you get injured, simply say the word and I'll patch you up straight away.
Your Highness, do take care not to go overboard.
You worry too much to do. I'll be fine, I promise.
My companions, is there not something inherently wrong with crossing blades as a way to bond with each other?
Huh, I never thought of it that way. Well, if that's how you feel, I suppose you'll just stay behind while the rest of us are at the training ground?
Ingrid, my dearest friend, you really are too harsh on me.
Well then, Professor, what do you think? As you can see, the Blue Lion House is a lively bunch, but you'll find none who work harder. I'm certain we'll cause our fair share of trouble, but I'm very much looking forward to the year ahead.
Yep. I have been looking forward to playing this game myself, so I'm with you there. So, now there are new places to explore in the monastery, and the church will, of course, give you money each month.
Say, while you're here, I'd like to use this device I designed to determine whether the power of a crest resides within you. Won't hurt a bit. Promise. You don't know about crests? Well, allow me to tell you everything. Absolutely everything about them. Is your calendar clear? This will take a while. Crests are a fascinating topic. But before one can dive deeply into said topic, one must first understand what crests are. They are power incarnate. They are said to have been bestowed upon humans by the goddess countless ages ago. They exist within the flesh and are passed down through bloodlines. Those who carry crests may excel at magic, display exceptional strength, or any number of boons. Each crest has its own power, the nature of which is beyond mortal understanding. For now.
And you believe I have a crest? As
I suspect as much.
Phone goes off.
Yes, but we won't know for sure unless I look into the matter. As I said, crests are passed down through the blood. However, just because someone carries a crest does not necessarily mean their descendants will inherit it as well. Only a scarce few descendants of a crest's bloodline end up inheriting that crest's power. Perhaps one of your ancestors bore a crest, and you just happen to inherit it. That is how a crest usually presents itself, after all.
Do what you can to find out.
Yes, of course. I'll get to the bottom of it straight away. Now then, please go ahead and hold out your arm over this device here. What is this? A pattern I've never seen before. Is it possible an as yet undiscovered crest has been detected? To think there are still crests out there that even I am unaware of. How thrilling! Pardon my unrestrained jubilation. I have much to consider. You may leave now. I have more research to do in regard to this crest. Yes, so very much more research. But for now, your work here is done. What could this line here be indicating? Perhaps it represents a lack of symmetry. Or perhaps... What in the world? Oh, I see. It may be connected to that, but to a greater degree than usual.
Yes, Hanneman's big shtick is he's very fascinated by crests. Big time. Alright, so now we have the calendar. So, oh yeah.
With each moon, professors of the Officers' Academy receive a schedule for the month ahead. It notes the days on which events and missions will take place that month. Pay careful attention to your schedule, so that you may thoughtfully plan what you intend to do each month and when.
So, the Monastery Schedule features different events on different days. Each week will have one day off of when you may choose an activity from the list. Your only option at first will be Explorer. Select the calendar with the directional button and you can view the schedule itself. So if you hit right on the D-pad, you can actually check different events. Which is funny because as you saved Edelgard 3 days after Hubert's birthday, as you can tell from here. Whoop. So you can see different things, such as Ferdinand's birthday being over here, the house rivalry battle, whole 9 yards. Hitting X brings up the menu as per usual, so we're gonna get a quick save in because of course we are. Actually, I'm gonna save on here because there is one more thing I kind of want to show before. Or, well, that would take forever, so no, never mind. It was just meeting Yuritsa, so on second thought, let's just go right back to exploring. So, of course, because I'm on a New Game Plus file, it's talking about the New Game Plus features. Features which we've already gone over. So, this is my room. I thought I heard a girl's voice, but I must have been imagining things. Sure. So, if you're on New Game Plus, you can come over here. And you can now... So now I have unit appearance available. So, yeah. I'm not going to go into unit appearance. And, of course, I have Renown, which even from selecting that one file means I have 60,000 Renown. Don't get too excited about that because let's be blunt. Here, that's actually because I've played this so many goddamn times and I've been saving a bunch of Renown. Also, if you have the DLC, you can gain supplies from over here, which of course naturally I'm going to grab because yes, I would love to grab a bunch of stat increase items, some extra Renown, and the Chalice of Beginnings. So, Chalice of Beginnings, I want to just double check what that is. So if you have the DLC, the Chalice of Beginnings is a chalice crafted by the goddess. It nullifies extra effectiveness and allows counterattacks at any range. Very useful for flying units. But of course, because no character starts off as a flying unit, there's no real point in worrying about that. So, we have a lot of exploration to do, so let's get to it.
These are the students' quarters. To better help you supervise them, you also have a room here. Your room is here at the end. Commoner students also reside on the first floor, while the second is primarily for students of noble birth. As a rule, we try to avoid discrimination based on social status here, but the nobility can be quite insistent when it comes to matters of propriety. Speaking of, it would be best for you to avoid improper conduct. I expect you to set a good example for the students.
Yeah. I guess I should jot down the calendar. Yeah, the calendar, by the way, is the main reason why I say, yeah, this is effectively a Shin Megami a Persona game, and I like that.
Yes.
We'll go ahead and
I trust you're eager to face the Black Eagles in battle. Enjoy the thrill of anticipation while it lasts. Soon you'll wish you had chosen to lead our house instead.
Oh, I'm already wishing I had chosen you first, but I'd eventually have to get the Blue Lions out of the way eventually, so yeah, might as well just get it out of the way.
If you continue to insist on distracting me, I will have no choice but to get rid of you. Joking, of course.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. I know you, Hubert.
Wow, Yuritsa sure seems strong. I kind of thought he was going to be the new professor assigned to our class. After that teacher ran away during our outdoor training, I figured Yuritsa was a natural replacement. I was surprised when you were suddenly appointed professor instead. I don't think I could hold my own against Yuritsa in battle. I could probably take you, though.
Not a chance.
You really think so? With enough training, I'm sure I'll beat you someday.
We'll see, Caspar. We'll see. Let's just hope I recruit you so we don't have to find that out.
What? I care nothing of friendship. If you have no business here, leave.
Yeah, Yuritsa's a man of few words. Okay. Next up.
Listen. Do you know the provenance of our class name? The eagle. That refers to the twin-headed eagle on the Adrestian Empire's coat of arms. And black is the traditional color of the Empire's armor. Hence, black eagles.
Yep. It's fascinating how much detail they've put into a lot of this. Alright. Spotted.
Right.
Here's the story. The Blue Lion House derived its name from the honorary title of the first king of Fargus. Lug, the king of lions, wore brilliantly blue garments. His chivalric exploits are recorded in multiple legends. The library holds various historical accounts regarding him and the Blue Lions. If you find time, you should read them. They're filled with insights.
That would be a good idea because that can actually increase your professor level.
Before I came to the Officers Academy, I attended a school of magic in the kingdom capital. That's where I met Annie. That's what I call Annette. Oh, I guess Lawrence was at the School of Magic too. But Annie was always just so nice to me, even though I was older. She's my best friend in the world.
Oh, there you are, Dorothy. Wow.
Yes, it's true that I'm the only commoner in the Black Eagle house. I knew that before the first day of class. Those people are simply exhausting.
Yeah. I can imagine. Figured there was somebody over here.
Hi, this is the Golden Deer House. You're in charge of a different house, right? Too bad we won't see more of each other. I'm happy to learn from you if the opportunity comes up.
Our house is that of the Golden Deer. Do you know the significance of that name, Professor? Golden deer are sacred creatures said to have protected Leicester since time immemorial. All 3 of the houses have a meaning behind their name. You should feel free to ask around if that sort of knowledge interests you.
It does, because I enjoy this game and this world enough that I'm like, yes, I want to learn more.
Indeed.
Annette.
Hello, Professor. I have a teeny tiny question for you, if that's all right. You haven't seen a man with hair the same color as mine, a scowling face, and a generally gloomy demeanor, have you? I suppose it was silly to ask. Sorry for wasting your time.
Don't worry about it. I understand.
Yes.
Hello. Here's an idea.
Lysithia.
Hi, Professor. Have you gotten around to visiting the library yet? It's absolutely loaded with valuable information. I only wish I wasn't burdened with the necessity of sleep, so I could spend all my hours there.
Are you secretly Lore Runner's daughter, Lysithia? Is that the idea here?
In a manner, yes. But it's more that I want to learn as much as I possibly can.
Well, let's go see if we can check it out. 'Cause why not? At this point, you know?
Hey, you.
We'll go there a little later. For now, let's keep talking to people.
The church has changed a lot since my time. Sedith, Hanneman, Manuela, Euritza, and many of the knights. None of them were around 20 years ago.
I thought I saw somebody there. Eloise.
A mock battle? This early? Wow, Professor. They're not giving you any time to settle in, are they? Don't worry, though. Should you get injured, I will care for you all through your recuperation. I will see to you, oh so very, very personally.
Anyways, just gonna walk away now. Oops.
Apparently, there is to be a mock battle between the houses. Interesting, but I hope you understand that I have far more important things on my mind. My research is proceeding slower than I would like. Your crest is something of a challenge. Frustrating, yet also quite intriguing. I was wondering if I might get a sample of your flesh. A couple square inches would do. No? Perhaps some blood? A couple of drops on the device are all I need.
I mean, that would actually be kind of cool to learn about the frickin' thing. Anyway,
Captain Gerald has hardly changed since 20 years ago. I've aged at least 3 times as much as he has. Why am I talking about this? Oh, right. It was because I just overheard Tomas remarking on the subject. The leader of a legendary group of knights returned. People are bound to be talking about the old captain.
Yeah. Anywho. So the library's got a bunch of books. I'm not gonna sit here and read all of this out loud. Like, I could, but I would rather read like the important bits, you know? I could have sworn there was one that gave professor levels, but maybe not.
Professor,
I hear you are lacking in knowledge of the Church of Seros. The library contains countless documents about the teaching and the history of the Church. I encourage you to make good use of them.
Check the bookshelves and read all sorts of resource materials. I could have sworn it would allow me to gain some professor rank for this.
Well,
but I guess not. Then again, I can come back here any time to do this. Alright. I suppose we can go talk to Rhea.
I think.
Well,
Go on attack.
do bear in mind that even as you are appraising your students, they are appraising you as well. I hope that you will do your best to form lasting bonds with your flock. Oh, and I look forward to witnessing your prowess in the mock battle.
Yeah. Anywho. No, that's up. Need to go down. Because you can't go to the 3rd floor.
Yes.
Not for a good long while.
Here's an idea. Professor!
Alright, so... So I can't go to the entrance hall. Oh yeah, everybody's favorite character, Gatekeeper.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. By the by, have you ever regretted a decision and wished you could go back and undo it? It's too bad there's no lesson for how to turn back the old clock, huh? But I suppose a bad decision isn't worth all that fuss anyhow.
Interesting that you would say that. Oh yeah, the Amiibo Gazebo. You know what? I've never really used this, so give me a moment. I just gotta reach behind here and hope I don't cause glare. Wow, a couple of my figures fell. Sorry for the glare. If there is any. Oh, come on. On headphones. Let's see, I got Roy. That's all on that side? They're all over here. Oh my god, okay. So I got Roy, Cena, Marth. I should have others. Yep, Crumb and Robin over there. Give me one moment. Ugh. My chair is completely in my way. There we go. Crumb and Robin. And Celica. We're just gonna try all of the amiibos. Because of course, first this game came out during damn it. When the amiibo craze was still going on, this game came out, so naturally. Wait, where did I put Martha and Lucina? Oh, I didn't take them off the sill yet. There we go. So, let's do some Amiibo Gazebo stuff. So, this is the Amiibo Gazebo. When you scan an amiibo here, certain items will appear at random in the monastery in all of your save files. You will get higher quality items for scanning Fire Emblem character amiibos. Each Fire Emblem character amiibo may provide unique rewards. So, let's scan an amiibo. We will start with Lucina. Amiibo scanned. A new music option is now available for auxiliary and quest battles. You can now travel to the Holy Tomb from the Amiibo Gazebo. Locations where you can acquire special items will appear in the Holy Tomb each time you explore. Premium items can now appear near the Amiibo Gazebo. You know what? We'll do one for now, just so that I can see what is brought up. So we get chamomile tea, pure water, which is the temporary resistance boost, an elixir this early, which is awesome, almond blend, an intermediate seal, which we won't be able to use for a bit, the Airmid Gabi, another elixir, and a chest key. Very nice. Very nice. So, let's see what the Holy Tomb has to offer, shall we? By the way, I've never done this. So, I'm discovering this for the first time, live on camera. So, yeah, let's see what the Holy Tomb's got for me. So, yeah, obviously this is where you speak to Sothis. Alright, so, Arcane Crystal, very useful. White Trout, Noah Fruit, Honeyed Fruit Blend, Carrots, an Advanced Seal that'll definitely not be used for a while, an Intermediate Seal, as I said, and not going to be useful just yet. Tea of the Saints. I believe that's a Rhea one. Let's speak to Sothis.
It is almost time to begin.
Uh-huh. It's like, oh, come on. So, you've been blessed with Sothis Shield. You can now use Sothis Shield. Once per battle, using Sothis Shield grants resistance +7 to all allies. The effect decreases each turn and ends after 3 turns. Huh. I did not know that. That's interesting. Okay, that's kind of a nifty idea. So yeah, it's actually really worth it to scan amiibos. Who knew? Alright, so, yeah, that actually was worth the detour. Absolutely. Petra. I guess I should go ahead and accept Dimitri's quest first before I start doing the other side quests. I have been neglecting poor Dimitri, so...
Hey, Teach. I hear there's gonna be a mock battle between the houses. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit concerned about facing an elite mercenary like you. Maybe take it easy on us. What do you say?
Yeah, no.
Oh, Professor, have you adjusted to life at the academy yet? Me, I'm still not used to it. I'm not one for all this studying and training.
Alright, so there we go. Now let's...
I hear there will be a mock battle soon. We must not neglect our training. I trust that you will carefully study the strengths and weaknesses of each of your students, that you may provide effective guidance. Regardless of the results, this battle will be a great learning experience. Even so, what is the point of competition if the aim isn't to win? As this is your first time at the monastery, please allow me to show you the ropes. Both students and teachers of the Officers' Academy are free to use the facilities within the monastery. For example, you can dine with others at the dining hall, or partake in one-on-one combat at the training grounds. I encourage you to wander around the monastery and lend an ear to the people living here.
I'll be right back. Gotta get AFK for a second. Okay. False alarm. I thought it was something that I was gonna have to go deal with, but no, it was just my roommate being back earlier than I expected, if I'm honest. So that works. Anyways.
There are bulletin boards in various places around the monastery. Have you seen them, Professor? There you can find requests from various sources, as well as information about the market. If you fulfill these requests, you should eventually be able to use even more of the facilities here. The bulletin board gets updated frequently. You would do well to check it once a month.
So the bulletin board can be used to hunt down new quests and stuff, so that's good.
This probably goes without saying, but no matter which facility you use, it will take up a considerable amount of your time. It's helpful to plan out activities in advance, so that you don't mistakenly squander your time here.
You can explore the monastery as much as you like, but certain activities will only be available while you have activity points. When you are done exploring, press the L button to end your free time and proceed to the next week. And finally,
professors at the Officers' Academy are expected to have exceptional leadership skills. Students and teachers alike must devote themselves to their studies and strive to acquire great wisdom even outside their respective fields.
Your professor level determines your maximum activity points. Raise it by reading books, taking part in activities, and interacting with students. There we go. So that takes care of the necessary thing.
His Highness has said that he trusts you, and I have no cause for doubt. But if you mistreat him in any way, I will take action.
I understand, Dedu. I understand.
I have a request.
So, oh yeah, I didn't read the Reyes quest, did I? Whoops. I guess I'll do so. I'll read the one on the next playthrough. It didn't even occur to me. Whoops. Anyways, there's a dish I would like to make, but I need more of a certain vegetable to do so. I was planning to grow it from seeds in the greenhouse, but if you'd like to help. So now we have Green Thumb Beginnings from Dedu. Grow plants in the greenhouse. Take Dedu's seeds and ask the greenhouse keeper how to grow and harvest crops. You will be rewarded with mixed herb seeds, western foldland seeds, 5 of each of those, and 4 tomatoes, as well as 300 points of renown. Obviously, I will accept Green Thumb Beginnings. So, we get Dedu's seeds. And now, we'll head south. So now we have the dormitory. To, of course, have the penning shot. I don't know why it didn't give me this before, but whatever. So, Leonie and Bernie.
I'm Captain Gerald's first and best apprentice. I can beat anyone, Professor. Even you if I have to. It may have been only for a short time, but I learned from the absolute best.
Yeah. Oh, Bernadetta.
I was just heading back to my room. Bye!
It's just...
I don't like to come out unless I really have to. Hope you're okay with that, Professor.
I don't like it, but whatever. Alright, Sylvain, let's talk to you next.
Hey, Professor. If you got spare time, wanna join me for a trip into town? We could try to pick up beautiful girls. Or not. I'm kidding. Don't look at me like that.
I look at everyone like this. You should know that by now, even so.
Professor, I've got a small favor to ask.
If I have to eat in that filthy dining hall, I prefer to invite a cute girl to dine with me. Beforehand, I'll find out her favorite foods so I can order them. She's happy, I'm happy, and she's happy, I'm happy. I haven't missed a move. Pretty great, huh? Share a bite from Sylvain. Try sharing a meal with others in the dining hall. You can even treat someone to their favorite meal. Talk to the dining staff for details. This one will grant us 3 Aramid gobbies, these 4 onions, and 4 turnips, as well as 300 points of renown. So, now we have a couple of side quests. Oh, and of course, now we have to have the greenhouse and fishing pond. And panning shots, because why not? Lindhart.
The Great Tree Moon is the best time of the year for naps. I could just forget all about my assignment.
Now I'm feeling sleepy too.
Oh, did you come to look at the plants too? The greenhouse here is really incredible. There are so many rare flowers I'd never seen back home, and herbs I never even knew existed.
Seem well informed on the subject.
My adoptive father is the real expert. He taught me everything I know about herbs, including how to tell them apart and how to make medicines. You should try looking around the greenhouse sometime if the mood strikes you. Maybe something will catch your eye.
Huh. That's an idea. So, gardening. By gardening, you can harvest all kinds of crops. Flowers, for instance, make great gifts. Some people might even decorate their rooms with the flowers you give them. Use the plant command to decide which seeds to use. More seeds means a bigger harvest, while more compatible seeds will lead to higher quality. Use the cultivate command and to pay the greenhouse keeper to look after your crop. The more you spend, the better the harvest will be. Your crop will be ready 1 week after you plant your seeds. Use the harvest command to gather what you've grown. Plants don't usually grow that fast, but whatever. So, you offered the seeds to the greenhouse keeper. Check back the next time you explore the thing. So we're gonna go ahead and infuse with magic.
My thanks.
And that's it. You have my gratitude. The greenhouse is an invaluable resource. If we cultivate more plants, I'm sure we'll be able to cook a larger variety of meals. I admit I've never read the flavor blurbs. Next up, Cyril.
I'm a little busy. If you're looking for the greenhouse, it's right there. See it? Looks like a greenhouse. That's it.
Uh-huh. Anyways. Already been there.
No.
Whatever. Fishing has not been unlocked yet, so we can't go over fishing yet. But we can speak to Marianne.
Goddess, I pray to thee. Please protect us.
Wouldn't it be better to do that up at the monastery? Hurry, Marianne. Anywho. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and get the dining hall panning shot out of the way. Ugh. Yeah, I know, this has not been a very good first session. What can I say? There's a lot to go over and talk about and frickin' have happen.
I'm busy. Do you want something?
Well, I was hoping to spar with you.
I can't right now, but let's fight soon. I look forward to beating you.
Ugh, I really need to eat. I can't hold out until the next meal. Why can't the dining hall stay open all the time? I need to keep eating if I want to get stronger.
I swear, dear Raphael, your stomach is a bottomless pit. Let's see. Before I do that, let's talk to
Here at the
Petra.
monastery, I have had many great learnings from many great people. I am hopeful to have learnings from you, too. As forever, I will do my best trying.
Good to know. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, might as well. And there's the one activity point.
Today's dish was so good. Oh, but not as good as your homemade sweets, Mercy.
You're too kind. Maybe I'll bake some for you next time, Professor.
So yeah, this is the one of the ways you can get motivation up. We'll talk about why motivation is important a little bit later, but for now. Oh, and it gives you professor rank. I keep forgetting about that. I usually just up my professor ranking to high, all the way up. So now you have more activity points for exploring, and you receive more monthly funds for activities. So once you run out of activity points, it's the bell will chime the Fire Emblem theme, meaning that you're out of activity points, and now it's time to end the exploration. And we've completed Share a Bite. So you're getting right to it. I'm impressed to find someone who's more proactive than I am. Nice going, Professor. Alright then, next time, it will be my turn. Alright, so, now that we've done that, let's speak to Flame.
Hello there, Professor. Well, I call you that, but I am afraid I am not a student here myself.
That's a shame.
Should the opportunity arise, I would love to become a student and begin my studies in earnest. The monastery is kind enough to provide a sanctuary for my brother and I. He's the only family I have. Might you help me with a favor?
Hint. So, we have fresh catch from Flame. There is a ceremony related to Saint Sethlene that requires rare fish. Would you mind helping me obtain some, Professor? You can fish by speaking with the fish keeper at the fishing pond. Catch a fish for the ceremony and bring it to Flame. Head to the fishing pond with the bait she gave you and speak with the fish keeper to try out fishing. This will grant Albanian herring, 3 of those, 3 Caledonian gars, and 5 insect larvas. Oh, and 300 renown, but that's par for the course. Alright, next. Alright, so now we can talk to the fish keeper and fish. So, to begin fishing, first select your bait. Wait until you see a silhouette of the fish you want to catch, and then press the A button to hook it. Don't wait too long, though, as the fish will escape with the bait. Press the A button when the circles overlap to reduce the stamina of the hooked fish. Once its stamina is completed, you'll have successfully caught the fish. Whoops. If your line breaks, the fish will escape. Durability of the fishing line increases with professor level. Repeated excellent timings will create combos that will reduce the fish's stamina quickly. If you land excellent timing at all opportunities, you will net a more valuable fish than usual. So, let's use Flame's bait. When the circles overlap, that's when you hit A. So, we have Catharsis. This small fish is common to all regions of Fodlan. It is somehow connected to Saint Sethlene. And yes, fishing does give you professor rank as well. I'm basically going to have to discover all the stuff that gives you professor rank.
You have helped me so much.
And there we go. Oh, I missed that. Shoot. Okay. We'll just save it as a video and I'll just pause.
Hello there, Professor.
Whoops. Because thankfully, there is a video saving feature. Oops. Forward. Forward.
You have helped.
There. Whoops. No, I wanted to pause it. There we go. How wonderful. I am certain Saint Sethlene would be most satisfied by this fish. If you ever wish to fish again, simply let the manager of the fishing pond know. There. That was it. There. Moving on. Alright. Was there anything else? I don't think so. But again, I can check that, so let's go ahead and check. Yeah, I think that's it. Because I can't go there yet. Alright. In that case, we'll end today's exploration. So, it's Ferdinand's birthday. I will grant him flowers. My phone will go off again, because why wouldn't it? I'm just going to go ahead and turn that off. There we go. Alright, so, when you get to the end of a month, a mission is brought up, which of course is your story mission. So, for this month, we only have the one, and that is Rivalry of the Houses. Formerly a promising young mercenary, you are now the newest professor of the prestigious Officers Academy. Students and faculty alike look on with curiosity as you engage in a mock battle between the school's 3 houses. I usually go with 2 files, one for battle, one for base of operations. So, Rivalry of the Houses. This is the story map for...
It's finally time for the mock battle. I'm eager to put my skills to use. And you, Professor?
Looking forward to it.
Excellent. I have high expectations for your command. That said, I've no doubt it will take everything we've got to pull a victory. Our opponents are mighty, that much is certain. But I'm positive we can win.
Hey there. Did we miss our invite to this strategy meeting? No worries. We'll just join in now.
Nice try, Claude. But I do not intend to let slip our strategies. Especially when we are up against such strong opponents as you two.
Well now, kind words from His Kingliness. If that's the case, we'd better come up with some clever schemes so as not to disappoint. Right, Princess?
Right. No matter the tactics you devise, we will destroy you. The best you can hope for is to learn a thing or two.
There's nothing wrong with a friendly rivalry, but let's not get carried away. A rash attitude could be your undoing after all.
Perhaps your time would be better spent preparing instead of worrying about the competition's mindset.
Hey now, if you two were getting this fired up before the battle even starts, it'll make it that much easier for my class to sweep up a win. So please, carry on.
A good point, Claude. I apologize, that wasn't my intention. At any rate, let's vow to make this a productive battle, shall we?
I don't intend to lose.
Oh? In that case, I won't hold back.
Oh, how precious. Looks like you and the students have become fast friends.
While I am pleased that you are taking the initiative to acquaint yourself with the students, I'm afraid it's about time for the faculty strategy meeting.
Ah, how time flies. In that case, I'll see you later.
I look forward to assessing your abilities. I hope you don't disappoint.
And yeah, because I don't have Switch Online, we're basically just getting tutorials on the loading screens. So, now we get to... Now, speaking of tutorials, we have a couple more popping up. So, this is talking about magic. So, Magic does work a little bit differently than it usually does. See, now you have effectively charge system, which, yeah, that's how it worked before, but instead of having to buy new tomes, it's just inherent skills, and each user can just use specific spells, assuming they're in the right class, of course. They can use they can use the spells a certain types of a certain number of times, which is funny because that's literally what the first line of the tutorial said, that they have to be in the appropriate class. That's funny. It can provide a means of attack and defense. You must equip attack magic in place of a weapon if you want to use it on the enemy phase, which is usually if you attack with it, then it's equipped, obviously. But you can use assist magic regardless of all your other equipment. All magic has limited uses, but these will replenish at the end of a battle, as I just said. The magic your unit gains access to is determined by their skills. Study reason to learn black or dark magic. Develop faith to learn white magic. And battle preparations. So battle preparations are just like any other one. It's a menu that allows you to select different things so you can set up how things go. Just dealing with items, battalions. In this one, you can actually reclass during your preparation screen too. So if a unit has unlocked a class, they can switch to it on the almost completely on the fly, which is kind of nice. Because the main reason for that is sometimes you'll want to just stay in a class. You'll unlock a class, but you want to stay in your current class to finish up mastering the skills or whatever. Or you can choose the map option to see and fix up your placement of units as well. When you're ready to go, just hit fight and you're good to go. So, you can also save during the preparation screen, which is actually pretty useful. Alright, so... I do want the Mercedes. You know what? Come on. Sorry, excuse me. I do want Felix in on this one. Alright, so I guess that's it for now, so let's just begin. So, victory conditions: rout the enemy, Alex or Dimitri fall in battle, that's the end. And that is because, of course, I am on classic mode, so there you go.
It is about time for the battle to begin. Our victory depends on your leadership. Do not let us down.
I'm sure you already understand, but the house that defeats the other two is declared the winner. Incidentally, I'll be overseeing this mock battle, so listen well if you want to win.
So, since this is a practice battle, units who are defeated will not be permanently lost. So, yeah.
Stay focused.
Here we go.
I'll go.
What should I do?
I'll cut through.
None of your shallow tactics are required, Claude. Ignatz and I will dismantle the opposition.
Me? But I'm not ready. Are you making light of our new professor? If you drop your guard, you're gonna get hurt.
Dorothea, will you head toward the front lines? I wish to draw the enemy toward us.
You got it, 80. Leave it to me.
Ferdinand, Hubert, if the enemy comes, stop them.
Leave it to us. Although I could do this on my own.
Clearly not, or Her Highness would not ask me to watch your back.
We must all do our part.
Yay. Bye-bye, Ignaz.
I've lost. The new professor is quite a commander. You fought well.
Oh, and he already has a combat art. Interesting. Sure, why not? I haven't really shown off combat arts. So let's do so. Jesus, like, ow! Root. Bye-bye.
My. The new professor seems very capable.
I must stay focused.
Go ahead and do some healing.
Quite helpful.
Bye-bye.
I've lost? Oh, unthinkable.
That's what happens
Next time,
when you
bring
get
your friends.
And that's what happens when you get arrogant, Lawrence. Lawrence.
Well done, Teach. I may have to take this seriously after all. Let's use the forest to set up an ambush. I'm counting on your support, everyone.
If they're waiting in the forest, we'd do well to take a detour.
No, I'm not gonna waste that.
Are you really gonna fight two houses at once? An impressive display of confidence.
Victory is in sight, Black Eagles. Do not let up.
Is it really Edelgard? I wonder why people consider you arrogant. Oh! Whoops.
I failed. Apologies, Your Highness. I could not fulfill my duty.
Well, crap. Well, I guess we will see if it's true. Let's see. Yeah, let's get rid of Hubert.
The new professor is rather strong. I suppose I'll have to call it a day.
Should I have held back?
Already almost ready for a class change. So I guess I get to show that off. They're going after... Huh. Okay. If you say so, Edelgard.
The son of House Ire. How did I fail? I must need to train harder.
Each battle a chance to grow.
Oh, and I gain... Oh, wow.
Such power dwells within.
So,
It seems I've exhausted this topic.
When you master it, you get a new skill for mastering a class. So that's cool. Let's see. Oof. Alright. Yes.
Dimitri, it's time. We can finally settle the question of who's stronger.
Very well. I accept your challenge. With you as my opponent, I won't hold anything back.
I would expect no less.
There's level 3 for Dimitri.
I will get stronger yet.
There can be no victory unless I defeat you. So be it.
Sorry, Edelgard, but you lose.
Such power dwells within.
Forced to retreat. Well, things will only get tougher from here on out.
Indeed.
Oh, thanks.
There we go. Really? You're coming after me?
Thank you.
So yeah, might as well show off the Sothis shield ability.
Thanks for that.
Alright. Mercedes is healed. Not that there's any magic users left. I should have used that before. You missed. Really? He had. No damage. Love that. Bye-bye.
Well done. I nearly wound up a patient in my own infirmary.
You're weak.
Oof. Jeez, Felix.
I have improved. So, you've made it past Manuela, eh? I see now I must focus and then make my move.
Yeah.
Let this be a lesson.
Oh! Crits.
My goodness. The leadership of someone with actual battle experience is, well, I was as good as useless.
Should I have held back?
It's the most self-aware thing I've heard anyone say. An intermediate seal? I don't remember ever getting that this... I didn't think I was getting that this early. Bye-bye.
Ouch! Was that really necessary?
Yes. I kinda had to.
You never had a chance.
Much needed.
Yeah. There's no more heals. Well, might as well. Oh, really? It didn't... Ah, screw it.
Psst, your princeliness. You got a thing for Edelgard, right? Come on, fess up, you'll feel better.
Claude, please. This is no time for idle banter. Your defenses are wide open.
That didn't get to him, huh? What a shame. I'll find a better way to ruffle him up next time.
Level 4 for Dimitri.
I will get stronger yet.
And he mastered Noble.
This should be enough.
So that's cool. And you're still going after Mercedes. Okay, I'm gonna risk it. I want Mercedes to gain a level. Dang it. There we go. There's Mercedes' level.
I feel more powerful.
Good. Alright. Let's get Dimitri to move over. And then I'll come and finish Claude off.
Coming up with brilliant schemes I can handle, no problem. But I'm not much for fighting. Go easy on me.
No.
You know that was a joke, right? Jeez, not so much as a smile.
Yeah. They try to do the whole lack of emotions thing.
We must all do our part.
In my opinion, they really don't succeed with that. But let's just
I must have let my guard down. I guess that's a loss for the Golden Deer House.
All right, that's that. The winner of this mock battle is the Blue Lion House.
This victory is the result of everyone's hard work. Thank you, my friends. You did well.
Even to do, who got blasted by Hubert. So thanks to the efforts of Felix, all of your allies' motivation has been increased. If you are the MVP of a story battle, you will increase the motivation by a factor of 25%. Each person, basically one segment of their motivation meter. Just in case, I want to make sure of this, so I'm going to continue without saving, just in case. We're almost at the 3.5 hour mark.
Professor, I've been looking for you. I was hoping we could all share a meal together. It could serve as both a victory celebration and a post-battle analysis. What do you think? Of course. Why wouldn't you be?
Come now, Professor. We can't very well celebrate without the key to our victory present.
He's right. He really is. We were only able to win because we had your help, Professor.
Yes. Compared with that boar who knows nothing save frontal attacks, your tactics were nearly decent.
Felix, you really ought to stop picking fights with His Highness.
Don't worry, Ingrid. I encourage all to speak freely. And I must agree that the Professor's tactics were truly extraordinary. I have much to learn.
Oh, sure. But today was exhausting. I'm so hungry I can barely stand.
To be honest, so am I. Let's head to the dining hall. Together.
Professor, I'm sorry to intrude, but you don't look too happy for someone who just won.
That's so.
Well, I understand how hard it can be to accept joy sometimes. I'm sorry for prying. I know we only just met, so this may be difficult for you, but I'd love nothing more than to share our happiness with you. Joy can be so fleeting, after all. We're all in this together, so I hope you will consent. I'm sure the rest of the class feels the very same. Well, come along, Professor. Let's enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Your work with the students was remarkable. I can see Gerald trained you well. I do hope you were able to use the occasion to bond with the students.
I did.
I'm so happy to hear it. Nothing would please me more than if you used this coming year to grow closer still.
Of course, the mock battle was mere practice. The real fight is the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, which will take place during the Wyvern Moon. You are expected to properly train your students so as not to humiliate the Academy during the long-held tradition that is the coming battle.
As for today, I have called you here to tell you of your mission for the month ahead. Your class is to dispose of some bandits causing trouble nearby.
My mission?
Those affiliated with Garreg-Mach Monastery have a moral obligation to help those in need, regardless of social standing. Students are no exception. Each month before the newly birthed moon departs, each house of students must complete their assigned mission. You shall work to complete the task at hand alongside your students and report back to the Archbishop before the deadline. Understood? I will soon provide you with the necessary details for your first mission. If I told you now, I expect you would only forget, and I despise repeating myself.
I can sense something special within your heart. I have high hopes for you.
Bandits, they say? Do you recall when we first met? You shall not fall so shamelessly again, correct? Have you no words for me? Do not tell me that you are shocked to hear from me. You ought to know that I am always with you now. To hear my voice should not come as a shock.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right.
What is this nonsense? All I was told was to kill as many noble pipsqueaks as possible. No one said anything about the Knights of Damned Saros being on our trail.
You have proven yourself worthless, distracted by something so trivial. I had hoped you would achieve your goal despite the setback. But now a child of the Knight's former captain is in play. How interesting.
Hey, this isn't what I agreed to!
Hiring a mercenary as a professor. What was that woman thinking?
Are you listening to me? How do we finish this?
You die.
What?
Underestimating the Knights was an amateur mistake. One you will pay for. The road to eternal torment awaits you all. Now I must locate your replacements.
Wait! Get back here! Damn you!
I guess we can save on this one because then, hey, if it's usable, there you go.
Part 1.
Chapter 2.
White Cloud. Harpstring Moon. Familiar scenery. In honor of the saints whose births or deaths took place under this moon, the people perform music once beloved by those divine beings. Whether by harp, by flute, or voice alone, joyous melodies are shared between farmers as they sow their seeds across the vast plains of Tailteen and Gronder.
I gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of those little blurbs because there's not really much there, you know? Alright, so there are new places to explore in the monastery because we increased our professor level 2,000 gold this time.
As you have already been notified, your mission is to subdue some bandits. Our students have been learning about combat through study, but this is a precious opportunity to provide them with practical experience. The Knights will support your mission and are prepared to offer their assistance if necessary.
In short, this is no mock battle. You must be prepared for anything. You will receive a message from the knights when it is time to depart. Until then, use your time wisely.
This will be our first true battle. I'm looking forward to fighting alongside you, Professor. During the mock battle, your commands were thoughtful and thorough, as was your strategy. With you on our side, I'm confident we will prevail. It seems we have some time to spare before our departure. Let's use this opportunity to prepare as best we can.
You seem well. Are you adjusting to life at the monastery?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't expect that answer. When we were mercenaries, I handled everything. Outside of battle, you didn't have much contact with people, did you? I thought being thrown into a swarm of noble brats to teach would be a bit much for you. But I guess I had nothing to worry about. By the way, I heard about those bandits. Your first assignment is to take them out, right? That's fairly routine for you by now, but don't forget it's the first real taste of battle for those brats. It'll be tougher to sleep at night if you let one of your little pupils die. So stay vigilant and lead them well. I wish I could offer you my support, but Lady Rhea won't allow it. For now, I'll try to figure out what she wants from you. I don't mind you settling into your life here, but don't let your guard down, ever.
It's Annette's birthday.
Thank you.
Give her some flowers. Alright. So now you have allies that can take beginner exams. Take a look at the certifications to review which they can use. You get 5 beginner seals to begin this. So, now we have events. The monastery holds events with various effects, such as those which increase the benefits of share a meal activity for certain characters. These events will appear on the calendars, so if you select Explore on the day off, you're able to participate in them. They are not mandatory, so don't worry about skipping them. This is what I've also been waiting for. Traveling to and from Abyss. To travel to Abyss, there's a spot at which to travel to Abyss, speak with the shifty merchant near your quarters. To return, select entrance on the map to find the monastery area. So, now let's talk about certifications. So, as I alluded to, you will basically unlock new classes. Now, if you haven't mastered a class, you can always stay in the class that you were in before. I, of course, like having it, and I like increasing my stats, and I've already mastered and of course, Pilot here has already mastered Commoner, so we're just going to take the beginner exam from Myrmidon and get moving.
A new path to tread.
You get the option to switch to it. Sometimes your stats will increase to more match up nicer with the class in question. Now, obviously, there's no one else that could actually take that. The closest is, of course, there's Dimitri, but he needs another level up in order to gain that. So, there's that. Alright, I do have a half an hour left. I guess, yeah, that proves it. Dudu's still here. So, yeah, there we go. Alright, so, we'll go over that in a bit later. So, let's go ahead. Save. Go ahead and explore now, finally. So, now you can press the R button to fast travel. So, fast travel is finally enabled. Girl's voice, what could it mean? It means shut up. Wow, I've already gotten up to that much renown. Dang. Well, then again, that's 10,000 that I gained from that, so I guess that makes sense. Alright, so if we speak to this dude, we can go to Abyss. So, yeah. One of the last things I'm going to do is to head to Abyss, is to show it off. Abyss, of course, is the central location of the Cindered Shadows DLC, which we're going to do after the Blue Lions playthrough. Which, under normal conditions, you'd have to do Cindered Shadows first in order to unlock the ability to go to Abyss. But because I've already completed the that DLC map, I can now come here. So, first up, Balthus.
Haven't seen your face before. You're clearly not from around here. You don't strike me as the thief or merchant type. I don't owe you money, do I?
No. No, I'm a professor.
Oh, you're that new teacher everyone's been yapping about. And yet, you look younger than me. Weird. The name's Balthus, formerly of the Alliance. Don't beat around the bush, pal. You want my help, yeah? Can't blame ya. Look, I get it. You're the new professor. You've got a lot on your plate. You need backup? I'm your guy. Fine, you've talked me into it. But I'm gonna need you to sweeten the deal, if you catch my drift. Beautiful! Now about that sweetening. I'll need to attend your classes whenever the mood strikes. I get bored from time to time, all cooped up.
So now Balthus has joined my house.
Well, did you come all the way here just to stare at my rippling abs, or did you want something? If you're gonna ask me for help on the surface, it better be real important. I try not to go up there unless I absolutely have to.
Well, important-ish. Next up, if we go over here, we find Happy.
On. Who are you? Wait, shut up. Let me guess. You're that new professor, right? You just started teaching up on the surface. Even here, people have been talking about you. Not that the gossip got everything right. I heard you were beautiful, but obviously that was an exaggeration.
Ouch!
What? You want to know if I can help out? I've got time, but I don't want to spend it all serving the church. Don't make that face. Fine, fine. I'll back you up. Yeah, sure thing. You know, I've never really had a teacher before. And it'll be my first time at the Officers Academy. Sounds like fun. Oh, Chatterbox. You been looking for me? I'd prefer not to visit the surface if I can help it. I don't want to run into any knights.
Fair enough. We'll show that off in a bit. So, Yuri and Constance.
And who might you be? Not an Abyssian, that much is clear at a glance. A visitor from above, perhaps? With what purpose? I'm sure I must have misheard you. Either that, or you haven't the slightest inkling of where you are. Oh, but of course! You must be the new teacher specially appointed by Lady Rhea. That is it, yes? Rumors have been flying underground about you. Well then, I am Constance von Nouvelle. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I guess I should jot down on some names here. Balthus, happy.
Oh, have you come to beg my assistance? Then rejoice, for you have the aid of a Nouvelle. You did come seeking my aid, yes. Hopefully with something befitting my station?
Indeed, I did.
An assignment for the Officers Academy? How splendid. I was a former attendee there myself, you know. I shall be a model of grace in my duties. Huh. Come to invite me to a lesson or some such, have you? I prefer not to be above ground during the day when I can help it, unless there are storm clouds above.
Yeah.
Whoever you are, it doesn't matter much to me. But I do advise getting out of here before you get tangled up in trouble. Unless you've been sent here under someone's orders. In which case, I'll happily show you a good time.
I'd heard about Abyss, so I came to find it.
Well, I do like people with a healthy curiosity. You are aware of how dangerous it is down here, yeah?
Yep.
You're that mercenary turned professor, aren't you? The one who showed up at the monastery kinda recently. Yeah, you're the one I've heard so much about. Well, I guess it's fine you're here then. You can call me Yuri. You'll want to remember that, if you ever come down here again. Can you take care of something for me?
And of course, now we have a DLC quest. It's learning to teach. A professor who was dismissed is from his position at the Officers Academy. Has made his home here. He could be a kind of mentor to you. Talk to him. Maybe you can learn a thing or two. Seek out the mysterious teacher in Abyss. Perhaps he can offer you insight into the potential growth of your allies. You get a Monarch Studies book and a training weight, as well as 800 renown. Damn good. In the meantime...
Want my help,
Yes.
Sure, why not? But I don't do anything for free. In exchange, let me attend the lectures you give those noble kids, yeah? It's a deal. Come on by whenever you need me. If you're wondering why I won't come up to you, it's because I've got people to watch over in Abyss.
Yuri has now joined in my house.
Ah, it's you. Bit of a trek coming all the way down here, huh? I'll be helping you out now. But just so you know, my life is still down here. If you can't find me in the classroom on the surface, you'll likely find me here instead.
And of course, when characters join your house, their crest emblem will change to being your house, and their dot will be blue on the map. That just means that they're an ally, nothing more. They're part of your house now. Nothing more than that. So, the mysterious teacher. Speak to the mysterious teacher to see how much your allies have grown from taking part in activities with
What do you require?
So.
Now let me see. Perhaps you'd have better luck with the animals of the monastery.
Speed has improved somewhat, but there's definitely room for growth. How he trains, what role he performs, whether he lets foes live or die, he must carefully weigh these decisions.
Now let me see. Your guidance is lacking.
Yeah, this is basically just, unless they're powerful, Overfull, don't bother talking to him because he'll just completely... He will basically just taunt you the entire time. His defense has improved somewhat, but there's definitely room for growth. He will need to gain much more experience if he hopes to improve.
Fare thee well.
So now we report back to Yuri. Then I will show off one of the other uses for renown in this game. That's unit appearance. Whoops. I wasn't too far enough over.
I owe you.
There we go. How'd it go? Even though he lost his job, he was widely recognized for his skill and knowledge. I'd say you can trust his analysis. Even if it is a little... like, what the hell, considering I've only started a month ago. Jackass. Or like 2 weeks, actually, like more like 2 to 3 weeks ago. So, there are a couple of abyss-centric things that we can now do. Scrap heap. So, once each moon, you can find items that the residents of Abyss have discarded. Many of these will have already been used. The more you use the influencer's services, the more items you will be able to pick up, and the more readily you'll find them. So, we have rusted gauntlets, a training axe that has only 3 uses left, and that's it for now. You can, of course, customize unit appearance down here if you so wish.
Need something.
Influencers. In exchange for your renown, the influencer will gather more people to Abyss for you. This will unlock new activities, these quests, and more. Now, of course, wow, that zoom in. Yeesh. So, you can inspire worship.
See you again soon.
Whoops.
Need something.
You can inspire worship, encourage recycling, reduce the item prices. It reduce in prices. It says, and then a couple of others that have to wait for chapter 13.
See you again soon.
So, yeah. So that's cool. We've already seen the analysis dude, so I don't need to worry about showing that off. Now, one last thing. The pagan altar. You can trade materials for renown or trade renown for items. So, you have unlocked offer renown, so now you can acquire weapons and items. Yeah, it's a feature that you basically have to unlock. So now we can trade items for however, for renown points. There's not usually much to this because usually the renown is like such a pittance. Because the idea is well, why would you trade in these items when you can instead go ahead and just, use them, right? And then if you offer renown, you can gain weapons and a whole bunch of weapons. Note how inexpensive a lot of these items are in terms of renown, by the way. Hey, Brave Sword, here it is 800, Killing Edge, Levin Sword, Rapier, and Devil Sword are all 600. Woe Dao, which is basically a more powerful Killing Edge, is 900. And Vernon Edge, which poisons foes, is 400. And then you have Iron Sword Plus, which is stronger Iron Sword, Steel Sword Plus, a stronger Steel Sword, Silver Sword Plus, and Training Sword Plus. So for those 4 types of swords, there's 4, 6, 8, and 3 respectively. Same idea for the spears, except you have, or for the lances, sorry. For the lances, except there's spear, blessed lance, and then the poison lance, which have not been seen since, at absolute bare minimum, they haven't been in the series since, I want to say, New Mystery, but, you know, like, well, I mean, my knee jerk is Radiant Dawn, but, you know, again, I haven't played New Mystery, so I can't really speak to that. Then you have the lances, iron, steel, silver, training, all plus. Then the same thing for the axes, it's just bolt axe, tomahawk, and devil axe, as well as the poison axe. And then the pluses. Same idea, just with magic bow and longbow, and blessed bow. So, then for the gauntlets, which gives you dragon claws, which is basically Wyvern Slayer. There, Killer Knuckles, the fisticuffs version of Killing Edge. You have the Aura Gauntlets, which are basically the magical weapon. Then you have the pluses, and yeah. Then there's items. You have the Talisman Shield, which increases, which is crafted to withstand physical and magical attacks, which costs quite a bit. The Hexlock Shield, a lot of these are 2,000, so yeah. The Hexlock Shield, which is a shield offering protection and resilience. Accuracy Ring, Critical Ring, Evasion Ring, Speed Ring. All of those are stat buffs, those which are self-explanatory. Goddess Ring is heal every turn. Prayer Ring may seem a little weird. The skill Miracle is called Prayer in Japan. So, a Prayer Ring is basically a Miracle Ring. Why they didn't just call it a Miracle Ring, I will never understand. Then you have Magic and Healing Staves for increasing black and white magic respectively. The Seals, which is the only way to really expand to getting other characters to become God damn it. Getting other characters to become the 4 new classes. And then, of course, you get the keys. Door, chest, and master key. Doors, chests, both very self-explanatory. Okay, so now that I've rambled through all that, God, that took longer to go through than I thought it would. Regardless, though, there's not a lot. That is all that there is for Abyss. It is pretty self-explanatory stuff. Of course, come here to return to the monastery. My phone goes off because, of course, it does.
What's that?
And then, of course, there's the Abyss version of Gatekeeper, Abyss Keeper.
Hey, you're from up top, right? What business do you have here? Wait a minute. Ah, got it. You're that new professor, aren't you? I suppose that means I have to let you pass. I guess, welcome to Abyss. This town is full of rough and toughs, so watch your back down here.
Yep. So, that is Abyss. A very, very interesting place. If you have the DLC, cool. Usually, there is now, before, when you first unlock it, you won't be able to do it this early. You actually have to do it a bit later. There is a quest that basically has you discover Abyss, and that lets you... Excuse me. And that allows you to go down to Abyss once you complete that quest. At least I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. So I'm going to spend the last little bit talking to characters and trying to wrap some stuff up.
Professor, hey, do you know how old Captain Gerald is?
That's enough, Leone. If I don't know, how could my child know?
It's not normal to forget your own age, you know. It's kind of worrisome, actually.
By the time you're forgetting your own age, you're past the point of caring.
I guess if you put it that way, you've got a point.
Oh yeah, now I can start trying to recruit characters. This is not going to go anywhere for a while, but you can see which stats that they want you to increase in order to try and do it. So, Leone...
Hey, I hope we get a chance to practice together when you find the time. I know I'm in a different class, but you're the only other person here who's learned from Captain Gerald.
So, it seems that Leone isn't interested in joining my house yet. Strength and lance skills are what she's looking for. So, either that, or if you get them up to B rank, they will eventually join you. Now, I'm going to try and do this as legit as I can, but if I start feeling like I'm going to fall behind, I'm sorry, I am not allowing any of the other houses peoples to freaking be killed later, so if I have to cheat the system, I'm gonna cheat the system. Just saying.
Professor, hey, do you know
that?
It's not. I guess if you put.
I have a request.
Alright, so now we have a mission from Gerald, leading the charge. A real battle this month, huh? I hear that the Knights of Saros are involved. I never taught you much about tactics, but there's a primer on it in my room. Give it a read. Starting with this month's mission, you can now lead a battalion into battle. Search for the tactics primer in the captain's quarters and peruse it to get you up to speed. This will grant you Gerald's mercenaries, Church of Saros soldiers, and Saros mercenaries, your battalions, and 300 renown. So there we go. Now let's go up to the captain's quarters and go take care of that right away. So that way I can start putting battalions on people.
Thanks for your help.
I chose some knights to help you out. They'll be deployed in the next real battle. I'm sure you'll be able to make good use of them. So, now you can access items in the menu to use. You can give them battalions and yada yada yada. So, battalions. Each battalion grants you specific boosts to your stats. And if you see the little grid down there in the corner, that's actually an indication of how of the range of the abilities, right? So you have the hit chance and the strength. So I'm gonna go ahead and do we had Gerald mercenaries, dang it. There it is, Gerald's mercenaries. So, the higher the rank, the more the benefits go up, and yeah, it's basically the same thing. So we're going to do Gerald's mercenaries because, of course, we are. Do I have kingdom ones? That's group ice. Alliance Pegasus, his company. Charles Mercenaries. I don't? Okay, then in that case, you'll just get the basic Church of Saros. Soldiers. Let's see. Alright, in that case, we'll also give you the church soldiers. Felix prefers not to. We'll give you the Saros mercenaries. Mercedes, I know exactly who I want for you. They up here. Yes, I want the Saros Sacred Monks, so that way you can go ahead and do that, even though it's almost there. By the way, all of these are basically battalions that you hire because I'm on New Game Plus. That's why I have all these battalions. Just pointing it out. Annette. By the way, all the reason why so many of these are grayed out is they kind of need to be unlocked. You kind of need to get... or no, that's right. They are unlocked. But you do also need them to... whatchamacallit. You need them to be... you need your authority rank up. That's what I mean. Oh my god. Why could I not find the words for that? Ay. Sure, we'll give you Gerald's Mercenaries too. Yuri. Let's give you... Oh, D rank, that's why. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and give you Saros Archers. Alright. Next. We'll give you the Saros Brawlers, because that just makes so much sense. Saros Pegasus Company. And happy. That'd be awful. So let's give you... We'll give you the other Gerald Mercenaries. That's what we'll do. There. Okay. Oh, Ingrid. Yes. Let's see. You can't use the Pegasus Knights yet. Alright, in that case, you'll have the Saros Mercenaries as well. There. So now that we've gotten all that squared away, so now I'm past the 4-hour mark. Well, in that case... In that case, this is where I'm gonna chop it off. Well, in that case, this is where I'm gonna chop it off. So, as I pull my mouse up here. So, got a decent chunk of the way through. We got through the prologue in chapter 1. Which I know sounds like we got nowhere, but hey, we managed to recruit some people. we managed to get some things done. And we managed to go ahead and get some battalions set up. So it's all good. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, I will be back with an even longer session, because I intend to do as many long sessions as I can of this. I'm just not doing it today because, well, kind of gotta go to work. So, which I was hoping was today, would have been today, because then we just would have kept going for a while yet. But as it sits, I gotta go. So, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, I will be back with more Fire Emblem 3 Houses. And, yeah, I hope to see you then. See you around, guys. Blue Wolf Felix of the Lore Walkers, signing out. Have a good one.